Break ends in 5 seconds.
Maggie and Perloff on the Infinity Sports Network.
He gets them. And in the process, he sets a major league record. Most strikeouts in a World Series game ever by a rookie with 12.
Unbelievable.
Who is this guy? The Savage, Trey Savage. Thank you to Sportsnet for that. Wow, look at what we have. The Dodgers on the ropes, all because of a rookie who's living out of his Toyota Tacoma. Real story. Dude doesn't have an apartment right now because he was not planning to be pitching this deep into the season. Started this season in A-ball, pitching against the Jupiter Hammerheads in front of 300 people last night, Dodger Stadium. 57,000 sends him home crying, Pearl. This is Trey Savage's World Series now. And look at that. Toronto's 1 win away from taking it all from the vaunted LA Dodgers.
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't know he was a rookie who just basically just started not long ago, you would think he's an ace. I mean, he looks at every part the ace other than the fact that he has no experience whatsoever. Right. I mean, like, he's big, he's tall, his stuff is ridiculously nasty.
Well, usually the ace has like all the knowledge, you know, and they're the ace in not just their ability, but also like from the neck up. Yeah.
No, there's the other kind of ace. You ever seen the movie The Natural when I think his name is Youngblood comes in? There's a guy who comes straight into the league and just throws fire.
Yeah.
That's the, like a young Dwight Gooden, a young Roger Clemens. And
Fernando Valenzuela for the Dodgers.
He looks kind of like this guy just looks like he doesn't know any better. That's a different kind of ace. Than the Savage, than the Greg Maddux type. Yeah,
so what's so crazy about Trey Savage, and obviously the Toronto Blue Jays win the game last night 6-1. The Dodgers offense, has completely disappeared. Their defense has as well. Last night was a comedy of errors. There was wild pitches. Everything had to come together for them to lose in this way. But the headliner is Trey Savage. The question we have for you is, are the Toronto Blue Jays taking this series or are the Dodgers blowing it? And I just want to underscore one other thing here. So how Trey Savage, who started game 1 of this series and actually pretty much outdueled Blake Snell in game 1, even though he only pitched like 4 innings. But one thing that happened in that game 1 is that Trey Savage has this nasty splitter, but no one's really seen it because he's barely pitched because the dude is a rookie right now, just straight up rookie. He was a draft pick out of East Carolina University this year. So what happened was in game 1 against the Dodgers, Pearl, the splitter just wasn't working. He only threw it 13% of the time. So now game 5, he's back on the mound. You would think, all right, Dodgers, all your MVPs in the lineup, all of your experienced guys, you're coming off a World Series. They're going to crush this dude. Well, last night the splitter was working. Yeah. So it was almost like they were facing an entirely new pitcher. Now, he did go the slider a little bit as well, but it was like they had never seen that splitter from game 1. They have no muscle memory. Yeah. They have no intel on this dude because he dropped out of the sky, a.k.a. Boylestown, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Well, one thing, though, I mean, can the Dodgers hit anybody right now, no matter what they're throwing?
Fair.
I mean, how many innings have they gone? They haven't hit all the other pitchers either, so I wonder. Yeah, believe me, I'm all in on the Savage story, but there does seem to be something about the Dodgers. If the Dodgers were feeling it, couldn't they pick that up, though, Maggie, that splitter?
You would think with the amount of MVPs that they have in the lineup, but sometimes it's hard when you're just not familiar with a guy, right? We see this once they get tape on him. How are they going to adjust? We just say that in all sports. And for Trey Savage, who cares? It was a pivotal game 5. Now you head back home to Toronto, and you are 1 win away from having one of the biggest, if not the biggest upset in World Series history. The Dodgers coming into the season were one of the biggest favorites ever since like early 2000s New York Yankees. And the fact that Toronto would take them out, this has to count, I would think, as one of the greatest upsets ever. Yeah.
I mean, the Blue Jays had more wins in the regular season.
Yeah, but compared to the Dodgers going into this World Series, Dodgers were heavy favorites. For baseball, it was like minus 290 or something. That's really big for baseball.
I just don't think of it. Yeah, it's an upset, but in today's day, the biggest upset, like nowadays, every World Series is an upset or unpredictable. Like there's no real thing as a favorite anymore. So I don't know, like, is this the era where this is going to be considered the greatest upset?
I think so, but I'll put it to the audience.
Yeah.
888-710-4ISN, 888-710-4476. I think so, because you've got a murderer's row lineup for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
You have the incredible payroll, all the pitching that they brought aboard, all the pitching that stayed healthy. And then you've got a Toronto team that, yes, has, guys, Vlad Guerrero Jr., Max Scherzer, but he's kind of an afterthought at this point. Not a bad outing in the World Series, but he's not like someone you're relying on heavily. And Bo Bichette was hurt. George Springer got hurt. It was hilarious. They were thinking about pinch running him last night, but it looks like maybe he's going to play in Game 6. Anyway, we'll keep an eye on that. I think this would, you knew who Ernie Clement, this guy from Rochester, New York. We're talking about professional baseball players.
He's a Bills fan, too.
I know. That's why I shouted him out 5 minutes into the show.
Right,
Again,
but
a guy who's living out of his truck right now, and Trey Savage. The fact that he came in a Game 6 and shut down Mookie Betts.
Well, I mean, yeah, but last night I think coming into the game,
Freeman?
people kind of thought Savage would be good. Like it wasn't. That wasn't a shocking performance. He's been good all postseason. But that being said, I hear what you're saying, and I'm sure you could prove it with the odds. But it doesn't. I don't think people are going to walk away and say this was like the New York Giants being the New England Patriots, or even the Diamondbacks being the Yankees. I feel like that's a different level to me.
I think it's right there.
I think it's a different tier.
And I'll ask you, are the Dodgers blowing this, or are the Blue Jays taking it? To me, I would have said Blue Jays taking it, but last night the Dodgers looked so discombobulated. The wild pitches, the wide throws, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, bad body language. I mean, these dudes are like gems of professional sports. Like, people love them even if you hate the Dodgers, right? Or even if you hated the Braves for all those years, the Red Sox. Like, people love Mookie Betts. They love Freddie Freeman. These guys are leaders on this team, and they look like they were defeated. Like, I was surprised to see the bad body language, and I was surprised to see the non-competitive at-bats, especially from Betts, who can't run into one right now, even if he tried. And then the fact that it's bleeding into the defense and it's leaving Blake Snell on the mound, and he didn't do himself any favors last night, but these innings got extended and more pressure gets put on Blake Snell because of the errors. I mean,
Blake Snell did let up 2 home runs in the first 3 pitches, but
that fastball was just right down the middle.
But then he settled down. So, what about your guy Shohei? He didn't really do much.
And didn't do much last night. Yeah. I still think he's the greatest player of all time, but they all wear it.
Welcome to baseball, Susan. That is the sport, and that's why I don't buy into the all-time upset if you're going across sports, because baseball, I mean, come on, like, what do you expect to happen?
That's baseball.
Yeah, of course a guy like a Savage is going to come out and shut down the LA Dodgers, because that's the way this sport has gone the last 10 years. It's just whoever is up for the moment. I don't know. This is not going to be a very helpful analysis. I don't think there's a rhyme or reason. You're telling me this guy who started out in single A ball and lives at a Tacoma is going to go out and shut down? Of course he is.
No, not Tacoma, Washington. A Toyota Tacoma.
yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, I just think that is modern baseball. Of course it doesn't make sense because no World Series makes sense. Yeah. The Rangers, Diamondbacks, like who the heck saw that coming?
Yeah, but you're not giving them the proper credit to what the Dodgers did in the offseason.
I keep saying I've seen better Dodgers teams. They might come back and win. This is not even the best Dodgers team I've seen.
Okay, well then how about I'll put it to you this way. I don't even know why I have to convince you of this. I feel like if you said, is this an all-time upset, put it on the poll. I think I would comfortably win this one. But
is it an all-time upset?
Would it be an all-time upset? It hasn't happened yet.
I think you said it was the biggest upset.
I think it would be up there. I think it'd be like when we talk about the handful of amazing upsets in World Series history.
Yeah.
I think this would be included on like the Mount Rushmore. I don't know if it's I'd have to go back through all 100 years of this thing.
I just pulled up a list, and they're all from 1914 and stuff, because
exactly.
You really don't have upsets anymore because no one's really favored in any series anymore.
Well, the Dodgers were heavily favored in this one.
Yeah, but generally, I just think to me, I compare it to the Yankees Diamondbacks. That's the one in 2001 where that was shocking to me. This is less shocking.
Okay, well, you had 2 Cy Young pitchers on that Diamondbacks team. I mean, you had Curt Schilling and Randy Johnson waltzed into the Hall of Fame. Like, I don't know if you're not going to consider any of these things upsets, I mean, then I'm never going to be able to change your mind. But how about this? Can I also put
No,
this
that
in
one
context?
I do consider an upset. I think
you don't consider this an upset? You
no,
do
I don't.
consider that
I think this is an upset, but I don't think it's an all-time upset like Yankees Diamondbacks was.
Okay, but by your logic, having Randy Johnson and Curt Schilling should have not made it so iconic.
I just remember in that era, the Yankees could beat anybody. And I know they had Curt Schilling and Randy Johnson. Now, honestly, coming into that series, I was like, yeah, those guys are great. And Curt Schilling was great at certain times, but I had no idea. Randy Johnson hadn't won anything. And Curt Schilling, at that point, hadn't won anything either. So Curt Schilling had been a losing pitcher for most of his career. It wasn't like I knew. No, I had no idea. I thought that Yankees team would never be beaten, especially when Mariano took them out.
Yeah.
But then I didn't have the same feeling about this Dodgers team. Yes, I think they're the best team, but I just think the way baseball has parity now, it doesn't lend itself to the upset. Now, of course, I understand what you're saying, especially with the George Springer injury. I figured the Blue Jays were dead in the water, but they're like Terminator. They do not go away.
It was pretty shocking, I thought, last night. Not just how the Toronto Blue Jays played and Trey Savage, the rookie. Savage. I can't help it. I'm thinking about it every time.
It's stuck in my head, you saying that too.
But anyway.
Maggie's been walking around the office saying that to nobody in particular.
Wait, you should have seen me in my house.
Yeah, I figured.
I can't help it. But
I get it.
It's just like stuck in my head now. But
now it's stuck in the audience's head. You're welcome.
It's one of the perks of this job. I get to pass my mental illness to you. No, I'm just kidding. So here's the other part about this that I think makes this all time. Manny, cover your ears. Trey Savage did this against the New York Yankees, who were in the World Series last year. 5 1/3, no earned runs. 2 starts against the Mariners. One not so good, the other one great. Game 1 against the Dodgers only gives up 2 runs in 4 innings. They won that game. And then last night, where he has 12 strikeouts, 11 of them swing and miss. Disgusting. Yankees are the Yankees. Mariners have the MVP, maybe, of the American League. Dodgers are the Dodgers. Come on.
I mean, you're stretching with the Mariners. That's a stretch. Are you okay? Because that was
I don't know. I watched Cal Raleigh be the biggest story maybe in sports or definitely in baseball all summer long. The big dumper. We couldn't get enough of it. They made a big trade at the deadline. They did all the things that you want great teams to do. Now, the Mariners don't have the history of postseason success. I'll grant you that. But this was a formidable team. And Toronto went down 0-2 and had to come all the way back.
I mean, well, you're right doing the 30 for 30. They beat the Yankees. They beat the all-time Dodgers. And they beat the Mariners. And I love the Mariners, but there's no way you're going to put that in the story.
This is not your uncle's Mariners.
By the way, the Mariners, I'm sure Seattle fans feel like this should be them playing the Dodgers right now. I just think baseball lends itself to this kind of chaos right now. Parity, call it what you want. Even like with all the MVPs and the All-Stars and the Cy Young winners, the Dodgers really are not that much better than the Blue Jays. Like, you can't out-talent people in today's game as easily. Back in the day, you had Mickey Mantle and Yogi Berra and all those guys. You could just be the better team and win. I just think baseball is chaotic now. Pitching. How many guys throw 100 miles an hour? Like 1,000. There's so many dominant pitchers. Even this kid, who is a first-round pick, he's not out of nowhere. Even this kid can shut down somebody a given day. I just think there's so much great pitching out there that I'm just not putting it in the all-time upset category. And by the way, it is far, far from over. Let's not do the history on the Blue Jays yet.
You're right. It's not over. But I don't like the way that the Dodgers are talking about this right now. I don't like the body language. I don't like the way that they are, talking about their struggles. And obviously, baseball is the greatest home field advantage that you have.
I don't agree with anymore either. Home field advantage is not a modern thing.
Okay, listen, you might not have referees to give you home calls like Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, but you are up last.
Well,
batting,
the Blue Jays
just by that.
Just won 2 in a row in Dodger Stadium.
They did, and they won on the road too, but this is not a great place to be. You can't tell me if you're a Dodger player or fan, you feel awesome about this.
It's
they
weird.
get 2 bites of the apple at home.
I think there's some pressure. You got Jason Bateman and Leonardo DiCaprio watching you. I don't think leaving L.A. right now, I think a change. I don't know. It's weird. Like, they don't seem to have that home field advantage you'd expect in Dodger Stadium.
I'll tell you what, the Dodgers must win. Hot take. On Friday.
Well, listen, there's a new sabermetric genius. You guys have heard of Bill James, right?
Yeah, of course.
And Billy Bean. Magic Johnson is weighing in on X,
Yeah.
and he said, "This is a." Does anybody have the X post handy? But Magic sort of summed up the analytics of last night's game, saying it's 2-2. This is a very important game for both teams.
Listen, I think that Magic Johnson, he's basically, the Associated Press kind of like is going through it a little bit with the White House and stuff. I think it's basically now Magic Johnson's Twitter feed is the AP.
At Magic Johnson at 1:14 Eastern Time. With the series being 2-2, Game 5 is very important. Which team wins takes control of the series!
Well,
Exclamation point.
Your team lost.
Thanks, Magic.
Man, sports genius, Magic Johnson.
Sometimes you just got to say the obvious stuff,
I'm still trying to figure out if he's in on the gimmick or if he's just being Magic. I have a good chance he's just being Magic.
Yeah, being Magic has worked so far for him. I think
Seriously.
he's just being Magic.
Here's a question. You guys think he's writing these tweets?
Yes.
That's the funny part, is thinking about
Definitely.
Magic
Yeah.
Johnson.
You think
just,
an
like, laying-
assistant would be wise at writing that?
Yeah.
What
Maybe.
kind of?
I
Tweets are nothing. Whoever's a social media manager, I mean, maybe they're a sneaky genius, but I don't think that even a social media manager would have him do this.
See, I think Magic is, how old's Magic now? In his 60s?
Yeah, probably in his early
Okay.
60s.
So Magic Johnson is an ultimate businessman, right? Not only amazing athlete, one of the greatest we've ever had, but obviously billionaire businessman, now a part owner of the Dodgers. I think he's pretty savvy, guys. And I also don't think that maybe, is he the most technologically sound guy? We got the reporting from Yaron Weitzman in his book about the LeBron Lakers. The Magic is in the office watching Judge Judy in the middle of the afternoon.
Then don't
Just
tweet,
like my
bro.
grandpa.
Is your grandfather also some kind of social media whiz?
He was not, no.
Okay. May he rest in peace. I think that's what you were going,
Yeah,
right?
it was.
Past tense.
Yes, but yes.
So here's that thing, right? Like, I just think,
Yeah. The old guys can
I
sometimes.
don't think Magic is doing
Yeah,
this.
I
I
do.
think this is an assistant. And I think
yeah.
he told them, I want you to write my tweets, but I'm Magic Johnson, for goodness sakes. Nothing controversial. And somebody took that really literally. And they're like, I want you to tweet and I want you to say stuff, but I do not want any controversy whatsoever. It's got to be straight down the middle because I'm Magic Johnson and I need to, sell whatever I'm selling.
But counterpoint, I watched Magic Johnson be an analyst on television, and this was also kind of his jam. It was
Yeah.
saying stuff like this.
I don't think any.
The obvious stuff.
I don't think
But
any.
the Lakers really
Yeah.
need Kobe Bryant to have a big performance if they want to move this series along. Yeah, they will, Magic.
I don't think any young assistant could actually hit send on a tweet like that. Like that is just impossible. Like, but the Magic.
Maybe
should-
his air quotes
yeah.
young assistant's like 50.
Magic's
Magic, are you sure you want to send this tweet?
good businessman for sure. Great businessman all time. The movie theaters. I think he has a lot of reasons to be proud. His superpower is to see James Worthy streaking down the right and get him the ball. Like that's what makes Magic Johnson an inhuman person. Like if you saw him play, he could see everything on a basketball court. I don't think his superpower is social media.
Wait, the co-owner of the Commanders played basketball?
I love young Manny. All right. Dave Roberts says he does have concern about the team's offense.
Uh-oh.
They've scored 4 runs in the last 29 innings.
Doesn't feel great. You clearly see those guys finding ways to get hits, move the baseball forward, and we're not doing a good job of it. I thought Yusevich was good tonight, mixing his fastball slider and the split. But yeah, you still have to use the whole field and take what they give you.
He was a little more than good, Skip.
Yeah.
He
I'd
mowed
say.
you down.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, use the whole field. Like basically, the Blue Jays were like, let's start hitting it to right and get the ball near Teoscar Hernandez. That is an adventure.
yeah. Well,
You know that guy's going to hit a massive home run in Game 6 because
Not
that's what he
this
does.
is what he does.
He
Yeah.
does this boneheaded thing in the game before, and
Yeah.
the next game he wins it with something
Wow.
spectacular.
But now, if you have to walk Shohei, you have to walk Kiki Hernandez. So there's like less people to pitch to now because that's the other postseason. I know you love him in the postseason.
It's just every time I turn around, Kike Hernandez is making an impact in
Yeah.
a positive way in a big stage.
Yeah,
I've
so
been watching it, I feel like, for 20 years.
I think we have to put the asterisk. Like this series is definitely not over because the way baseball is going these days, that's the other thing. You see bad body language with the Dodgers, it can turn on a dime. You're right. EJ has a good point. Teoscar Hernandez has a big home run in him.
Yeah, well, just because he messed up last night with the throwing error. Okay, 888-710-4ISN, 888-710-4476. Are the Dodgers blowing this series or are the Blue Jays taking it? Also, would you consider this one of the greatest upsets in World Series history? I say yes. Perloff says no. Again, 888-710-4ISN. We've got NFL back in our lives tonight. Lamar Jackson back in our lives tonight against the Miami Dolphins after missing a few games. And Trey Hendrickson, now the big name on the trade market. Are your San Francisco 49ers and your Dallas Cowboys actually in on the Bengals pass rusher? It's Maggie Perloff.
Okay, Blue Jays, let's play ball.
You're in a 5-minute break. Four minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Four minutes remaining. Three minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Three minutes remaining. Two minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Two minutes remaining. One minute, 30 seconds remaining. One minute remaining. Forty-five seconds remaining. Thirty seconds remaining. 15 seconds. Break ends in 5 seconds.
I'm a savage, classy, bougie, ratchet, sassy, moody, nasty, hacking, stupid, what's happening?
Welcome back, Maggie and Perloff Show.
I'm a savage.
Trying to put the Blue Jays 3-2 lead over the Dodgers into historical perspective. If the Blue Jays finish the job, is this one of the greatest upsets in World Series histories? Is it one of the greatest upsets in sports history? I can't go there. Maggie, you think this is right up there?
Well, sports history, I mean, yeah, listen, are there like more David versus Goliath? Because it's not like Toronto has no payroll, but I think just considering how big of favorites the Dodgers were, the Dodgers payroll actually should be double the size, except Shohei Ohtani has deferred all of his money until a time when we're all going to be living on the moon anyway.
That money's, I mean, he got a bad deal because that money isn't going to be worth the same thing.
Well, yeah, we talked about that at the time, but it allowed them to sign Yamamoto and it allowed them to sign all these other players.
Why why would you fault them for that?
No, I'm not. Yeah. I think that adds to how big of an upset this is. I'm saying this should be a $700 million payroll, and it's not exactly that. Well, so it should dwarf the Toronto Blue Jays payroll by even more, right? This is not, a $30 million payroll. I get they're not the Rays, but still, like, this is pales in comparison what Toronto has compared to what the Dodgers have. I think what tilts, like what evens the scales, I guess, is probably just how famous Vlad Guerrero Jr. and Bo Bichette's dads are, that it makes you think like they have this all-star team, but they have two kids of, who are awesome. And Bo Bichette, by the way, doing this without any kind of ramp up time or whatever, like no rehab assignments, stuff like that. The fact that he's back with a knee injury and just comes back into the World Series and is playing like this is amazing.
But they did. They had more wins in the regular season than the Dodgers. B, they beat the Yankees and the Red Sox in the AL East. So they're not out of nowhere. And also, I just think today's baseball game does not lend itself. Like, there's so many teams that come out of nowhere. You can win 85 games and be in Game 6 of the World Series, and nobody's surprised. And if you're surprised, then you're not paying attention.
Yeah, but you say that, but, like, look at the payrolls. The teams that actually have the very low payrolls, they don't come out of nowhere. Like
the Arizona Diamondbacks, what was their payroll 2 years ago?
It wasn't what the Pirates are or what the Rays are.
Yeah, but that's not who the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays are not the Pirates. If the Pirates were beating somebody right now, that would be the greatest upset of all time. I think the Blue Jays are closer to the elite side.
Let's go to Bill, who's in Houston. Bill, would you consider this an all-time upset?
It's been really fun to watch, but no, I wouldn't, because the Dodgers, with all their stars, they were a mediocre team a lot of the year. My favorite memory, and I would put the '69 Mets right at the top of the heap, personally, because they were, just a few years removed from being a really, really bad baseball team. Had a very young Nolan Ryan, Davey Johnson, but the Orioles, and this was my fourth grade year, I loved them, and they had 4 bona fide starters, Frank Robinson, Brooks Robinson, and the Mets beat them. And to tell you how long ago that was, my gym teacher rolled out a black and white TV and let us watch the game during the week, sitting on the gym floor. That's how far baseball has come. So.
And that was in Houston, Texas? They rolled out to watch between the Orioles and the Mets?
No, I just live here now.
Gotcha.
Was Willie Mays in that one, Bill?
I'm sorry.
Was Willie Mays a Met? I can't remember how that worked.
Man, that's a great question. I can't remember either. But, you did have Jim Palmer, Mike Cuellar, Dave McNally, and all.
Got it.
Unbelievable, Bill. Thanks for that. Yeah, that was an all-time upset just because the Mets were so hapless when they first started.
Oh.
Great baseball book. Can nobody here play this game about the first season of the Mets? And then all of a sudden in '69, that's the Miracle Mets.
Yeah, Mays was on the '73 World Series.
Yeah, that's you got to believe Mets. Different Mets.
And then I just watched a Willie Mays documentary recently. They left him on the bench for a key moment, and that did not work out well. Anyway, that's an all-time upset. The Mets winning the World Series in 1969.
Maybe you have to updated a little bit, right?
Yeah,
Like,
this is not in the same conversation.
No, I'm saying apply current standards to what we're seeing now. Because if you do have a team that comes in as a minus 220 favorite, as I just looked it up, that's really big in baseball. Really, really big.
Okay.
And so I think that, it's different now. You're right. There is, it's not that the Blue Jays are a bad team. Obviously, they're an amazing team. But the Dodgers, as the reigning World Series champs, and with the amount of money in the payroll and how much they'd spent and everything, I think this would be an all-time upset. I do.
I think when you say all-time upset, you're talking about all-time upsets like Villanova, Georgetown, or Miracle on Ice. Like, this is no way this comes up. This is I just don't even think the modern game lends itself to an all-time upset.
We are also asking you, are the Dodgers blowing this series, or are the Blue Jays going out and winning it? You can go vote on that at Maggie and Pearl. So, interesting. Let's talk a little football, shall we? Dallas Cowboys, San Francisco 49ers. Trade deadline. Now, some decisions that have to be made here, Pearl. Let's start here on the Cowboys. Now, Jerry's kind of in this will he, won't he, loves keeping it that way. To me, Trey Hendrickson, I don't think would solve even all the problems for the Dallas Cowboys defense. It'd be nice.
Yeah.
But I don't think they have so many issues right now, and there's so many holes and so many injuries that I don't know if Trey Hendrickson comes in and is that finishing piece that all of a sudden gets you to the playoffs.
Well, let's say the Cowboys, they're veering towards about 7-7, 8-8 at the end of the year. He certainly wouldn't hurt. The question is, what do the Cowboys have to give up to get him? I'm sorry, I'm just going to jump ahead. I do think he is the finishing piece for the Niners. See, I agree with you. The Cowboys are too far away to go over the top with Trey Hendrickson.
Okay.
I think the Niners are much closer, but in part because they have this easy schedule, and I feel like they're going to get enough guys back that they can form a legit team by the end. Where I agree with you. I don't think the Cowboys are right there.
Okay, I'm going to disagree with you here on the 49ers, but for a more global reason. I think that the 49ers, I know they have a 5-3 record and they've been holding it together here, feels like with duct tape and fishing line. I think that the 49ers are actually more due for a reset than even the Cowboys are right now. Because not only do you have Fred Warner and you have Nick Bosa out for the year, you have guys who are aging, right? You have to think about turning the page a bit on some of these aging stars that you are relying on, right? Christian McCaffrey, Trent Williams. And how do you do that?
Those two guys are ageless, but go ahead.
But let me make my point.
Yeah.
What's the best way where you really try to replace some guys who are getting past their prime with the next generation? It's through the draft.
Right.
And so to me, I don't think that the 49ers should be spending precious draft picks, which it would take for Trey Hendrickson, to try to make something more of this season when I don't know if this season is realistic for Super Bowl. Instead, you need those draft picks. Mm-hmm. And to be fair, I think John Lynch has been pretty good at drafting. I know there's an issue now that Kyle Shanahan said yesterday that they wanted Cam Scatterbo and never got him.
Yeah.
And they're asking, like, okay, whose fault is it that Cam Scatterbo is actually not a 49er and said he's a Giant? He's hurt now, so maybe it doesn't matter. But
well, let me ask you this question. Except for Nick Bosa, who on the 49ers is a impactful first-round pick that's playing right now? Nobody. They either traded for them or they got them. They're a great late-round draft pick team.
Well, Brandon Ayuk, Ricky Pearsall. I mean,
do I see them doing anything whatsoever for this team?
I understand, but they're going to be part of the future, right? This is why this season.
I really don't know about Ayuk. I don't know if he ever gets super healthy.
Well, don't get too far ahead. Yeah. They think he is, right?
Right, but
they paid him. So the idea, though, is that he's part of your future, and we don't even know what he's going to be like when he gets back. Why would you go all in for this season? Why would you mortgage future high draft picks for next year and beyond just to save this season, which, to be honest, is getting artificially inflated because of their bad schedule?
I would think because you still have McCaffrey. That would be one reason. You only have so much time with him. But they're great. Obviously Brock Purdy, 7th round, George Kittle, 5th round, Fred Warner, 3rd round, Dominic Pooney, 4th round. Like, that's John Lynch's actually resume is better in the late rounds than the early rounds for whatever reason. Same with the Rams are great like that too. I really think it's because of Christian McCaffrey and for Trent Williams to a lesser extent. but you might as well go all in. And you have a $50 million quarterback in Brock Purdy. I know we don't treat him like that.
He's hurt.
Yeah. But I mean, I think you think he's going to come back, and Mac Jones is just as good as him anyway. So, yeah, I think there are a lot of reasons you think, okay, we can put together a good team here. And you have Kyle Shanahan calling plays. There's a lot of reasons to think, hey, we could be a playoff team and get into the tournament. And then once they're there, Kyle Shanahan has a great playoff record. I mean, probably I would think right behind Andy Reid is the best in the NFL. He's like 9-5.
Probably
in the
Sean McVay, too.
Yeah, McVay. But he's really good
And your
in the
guy
playoffs.
Sirianni's probably got it.
Yeah. But generally, though, there's a lot of positives here still, even with with all the problems. I think you go for the playoffs. I would definitely. I don't think you're going to need to break the bank for Trey Hendrickson. You're not going to have to go 2 first-round picks like Micah Parsons. He would really help this team.
I don't want to give any first-round picks, and I don't want to give any second-round picks. But that's me. 49er fans, what do you think? 888-710-4ISN, 888-710-4476. Dallas Cowboy fans, too. Does Trey Hendrickson solve your issues? Good morning, Andrew Bogish.
Mom, Dad, good morning. Headlines today sponsored by Prize Picks. The hard-hitting football action's even better with Prize Picks. Download Prize Picks. Use code PRIMETIME.
Let me see. I could count. 1, 2, 3. This first weekend I could count.
And get $50 in bonus credit instantly when you play $5. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details. It turns out Game 5 of the World Series kind of over after 3 pitches.
And the 0-1. Vladdy rocks the ball. Left field and deep. Back to the wall. It is good again. Plakatop. Back-to-back blasts in the first. And in 3 pitches, the Blue Jays lead 2-0.
Davis Schneider, then Vlad Guerrero Jr. taking Blake Snell deep to start the festivities at Dodger Stadium. Then Trey Savage took over those 12 Ks without a walk over 7 innings. The rookie righty allowing just 1 run on 3 hits. Freddie Freeman, the victim of 2 of those punch-outs.
He had everything working tonight. But again, still got to put some runs on the board and do a better job, and we just haven't done that for about 2.5 games.
The Dodgers hitting .201 in this series. They've scored just 3 runs over the last 2 games.
Sometimes the obvious needs to be stated, but can I state the obvious that Vlad Guerrero is him?
Go ahead, Magic Johnson.
Dude is ridiculous. I'm sorry to steal from Magic Johnson, but the fact that he has just elevated his game in the postseason the way he has this year, he's a special player. So impressive.
Yeah. I mean, 2-2, that was an important game there, EJ.
It was. They needed that from Vlad Guerrero if they wanted to move on in the series.
Those when they put up the stats of how his total World Series numbers are going and the records he's set, and that's pretty wild. How many home runs does he have now in the postseason?
8, I believe.
Whew.
I mean, he's having an all-time postseason. I think that I know he's a great player, so maybe in some way the greater player you are, maybe we don't appreciate it.
But they hadn't done it yet in the postseason.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
you haven't seen it out of him thus far.
World Series
in
MVP?
October. Yeah,
he's
no
got to
doubt.
be right now.
No doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Second most home runs in baseball postseason history.
I mean,
behind Randy Rosarena.
Would you Savage be the competition?
Alejandro Kirk should be the competition.
I don't know how he pitches again, though. Maybe
Savage said
out of
that
the bullpen in Game 7 if you need him.
He said he's getting his body ready for tomorrow, which sounds insane.
Well, that's
but he said he definitely is trying to be ready in case they need him.
How many pitches did he throw?
I was thinking that he's running right to ice his game. Right after the game, I'm sure he ran and started icing. I can't wait. Get it, Game 7 with Ohtani on the mound and you Savage on the mound and Blake Snell on the mound. It's going to be, that would be all time. We should be rooting for a Game 7 just to see Ohtani get back in a big moment.
Blake Snell is not seeing the mound again.
No.
He wasn't bad at all.
He was that bad.
Oh,
he wasn't too bad.
I mean, he put them in
after
the hole.
3 pitches, he was
He's a 2-time
dominant.
Cy Young winner that got outdueled by a guy living in a Toyota Tacoma.
But that was more about the Dodgers' bats than him.
Yeah, come on.
Blake Snell was kind of
The
nasty
wild
last night
pitches?
again.
He was great from innings 2 to 6.
Okay.
He had 3 bad first pitches, and then he settled down.
Okay, how about this?
And he also threw 118 pitches. We're not seeing him in Game 7.
The first 2 at-bats, he was good.
How about this? Apparently, his agency, I'll give you one guess who he's represented by.
Scott Boras.
Scott Boras.
Oh, good guess.
So they actually did some data. They ran their own data to say when you have these 5 o'clock Pacific starts, how the hitters can't hit breaking balls more than they can hit. They can't hit breaking balls because something about the sun and the angle.
The shadows.
This is what Scott Boras does, apparently. He doesn't just close deals. He also does a little analytics. Not surprising. And they told Blake Snell, don't throw fastballs.
And he threw fastballs.
Yeah, he threw a couple of fastballs.
His agent tried to warn him.
And
got to throw the break and stuff.
I read that he threw like 20 straight curveballs and or changeups.
Would not throw a fastball after that for 20 straight pitches. I respect.
But I mean, I can't kill him. He threw a first pitch fastball that got ambushed. I mean, he's trying to get ahead in the count in the first at bat. I don't know.
To that guy, to Schneider,
no,
right?
I just said he's not pitching again
that.
because he's not pitching again, and it's not like they have other guys to go to.
Oh, I got what you're saying. I thought you meant because of performance.
Wait, they're also not going to bring him out of the bullpen.
Wait, I think that everybody, it's all
their bullpen is bad. Though.
All arms on deck. I mean, who knows? That's funny. You guys are saying Blake. I would figure Blake Snell would be an option in Game 7. But Savage will definitely be out there in Game 7, right? Like you got to bring that guy back. They famously bring guys back on 2 days rest in the World Series. Who cares about the future? Snell was 6.2 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, but some of them were not totally his fault. 7 Ks. He was pretty good. I mean, that's the problem. Like you said, he's going up against this phenom. What are you supposed to do?
Bogues got a little one for us.
The Lakers still don't have LeBron or Luka, but they're still okay.
They get it into Reeves. Here we go. This is your game. 5 seconds left. They set the screen, Michael. You didn't want him to do that. Reeves gets loose. Runner in the lane. Good! At the buzzer! The Lakers win it on Austin Reeves. Running bucket at the buzzer. He did it again.
John Ireland, Michael Thompson, Lakers radio, a 12-foot buzzer beater from Austin Reeves, 28 points, 16 assists, and a 116-115 win in Minnesota. The Lakers now 2-1 since Luka joined LeBron on the injured list.
Okay, we're arguing about would this be the greatest World Series upset of recent years? Austin Reeves being the best player in the NBA is the greatest upset in sports history. Being a combination of Jerry West, Steph Curry, and LeBron James. That movie at the end of last night's game. Did he do like a special kind of shoes deal out of a movie where he's all of a sudden like a magical person?
No, he needs to get paid, doesn't he?
That is coming.
Yeah. I mean,
he got a little bit though. Didn't they give him like an extension for $70 million or something
that
like 2 years
was
ago?
Terrible.
He's an undrafted guy.
They can extend him next year though.
He is so good now. It is incredible. Nobody can stop him. What's he averaging this season?
34 points a game.
34 points a game.
Just a heads up too on Prize Picks, when you can get to Austin Reeves, that has been very lucrative for your girl.
Yeah, they have 5 guys on him last night in the last play, and he just split him through. Oh, it's insane.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
The Lakers are going to have some kind of conversation about what they do when LeBron and Luka come back in terms of like what this team looks like. Because Reeves is clearly a star. No.
Yeah, it's a bizarre
funny, though,
situation.
Are you going to be able to work like both these guys in? Like, does Luka come back first and then LeBron comes back and you kind of work these guys back in stages? Or is it just like, all right, LeBron and Luka are back on the court for some Thursday night game against, I don't even have their schedule up, and now we just rolled the balls out there? I don't know.
Did you ask if Austin Reeves is a star?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, EJ.
You don't think he's a star?
Nah, dog.
All right, we got to take a quick break. We'll talk more about Austin Reeves, I guess, but we also have the World Series, guys. World Series. And some more craziness coming from college football. Where else? Good sign or bad sign when the governor is involved?
Hello, Governor.
Maggie Perloff Show.
You're in a 5-minute break. Four minutes, 30 seconds remaining.
Well, the match was set, the crowd poured in. Daly versus Rube, and we all smelled the wind. The band was tuned up, the mics were on, but old Peter Bellotti was nowhere to be found. We checked the lot twice. No car, no coffee, no bag of ice. Just an empty chair where he ought to be, while Daly served aces on live TV. Light never clocked in, not then, not now. While Daly was winning and the crowd yelled, wow. The first set served to the last sweet swing. Bellotti missed the whole dang thing. Yeah, the lights were bright and the banjos played, but Bellotti took another workday holiday. The backhand sailed, the crowd went wild. Daly high-fived every mom and child, but the victory song had a verse cut short, cause Bellotti still hadn't shown up to court. Maybe he's fishing, maybe he's asleep, maybe he's lost in the Costco no meat. But one thing sure, as the southern sun, Belotti's work streak still stands at none. Belotti never clocked in, not now. While Bailey was winning and the crowd yelled wow. The baseline grind to the trophy shine. Belotti missed it for the 89th time. Yeah, the drinks got poured and the guitars played, but Belotti took another workday holiday. Will the legends grow and about his great escape? He's Houdini with PTO drapes. Some say he'll show when pigs take flight, but till then Pete's off every night. Belotti never clocked in, not now. While Bailey was winning and the crowd yelled wow. From the first line cheer to the final scene, Belotti was gone like he's always been. So raise your glass to the man MIA. Belotti's taking one more workday holiday. Bailey's got the trophy, Belotti's got the day off again. Well, the match was set, the crowd poured in. Daly versus Rube.
Two minutes remaining. One minute, 30 seconds remaining. One minute remaining. .45 seconds remaining. .30 seconds remaining. .15 seconds. Break ends in 5 seconds.
I was running through the 6 with my woes. Yeah. I was running through the 6 with my woes. You know how that
Everything coming up Toronto right now. 3-2 lead in the World Series, Pearl. This is pretty awesome. They go back to Toronto. They just have to win one game, obviously, to be crowned champs. And, you know, I know they've been kind of road warriors in this postseason, but that place is going to be bonkers on Friday night.
The watch party was bonkers last night. That will be insane. You know, though, I wonder, because this happened to my Phillies, sometimes there could be a little more pressure at home, in a sense.
Do you get the sense from this team, though, that they're feeling that?
Well, no, but baseball, again, the momentum changes on a dime. I do feel like the Dodgers felt some pressure at home. I felt like they looked tight, without a doubt. I mean, look at their bats. So, maybe the Dodgers relax a little bit and start playing like they should. I mean, look at all the MVPs. What if Mookie Betts relaxed? And what if Freddie Freeman? I mean, he's been actually making a lot of contact. So you never know. I do feel at 3-2, we are too tempted to call this series over, and we know that it's far from that.
No, definitely not over, but you just have to wonder if I'm the Dodgers, like I'm letting all these golden opportunities slip away after you win the 18-inning game, right? And you do that, which could be nail in the coffin to a lot of teams.
Yep.
To outlast your opponent like that. And then the Blue Jays just turned the page like they had just arrived in Cleveland for a 3-game set. It was like, all right, we're just doing this in game 4. Take that. And then last night, Trey Savage, who's now going to become one of the darlings of Major League Baseball because this is a historic rise. Yep. We see this every once in a while. These rookies come up. No one's seen their stuff. They're unhittable. And it's like a Doc Gooden, Fernando Valenzuela type of thing. And this is even more kind of focused because he just came up in September.
A month ago, yeah. I mean, when you're not hitting, there's no margin for error for the Dodgers. Everything else has to be perfect, and it hasn't been.
Let's go to Joe, who's in San Francisco. Joe, would you consider this a massive upset if the Blue Jays win the series?
Maggie, most of the time I agree with you. Like 90% of the time, I'll be agreeing with you. But on this one, I don't. The Blue Jays got a good team.
No, they are good.
Might don't win championships. The Yankees been out spending for years. They don't win. So it's going to come down to who got the best team. That's pretty much what it's going to come down to. So I think anybody can win that series. It's a good series.
Yeah, but Joe, here's the thing. You and I know this, right? And obviously you're a big baseball fan, so you understand. And we saw the standings, so you don't even have to be like a massive baseball fan to understand that Toronto Blue Jays are a really good team. But there are some guys who are on this roster that you do have to be a little more in the weeds, I would say, to really understand what they're capable of. And one of them, I think an epitome of that is a guy like Andres Gimenez, who always finds himself, Joe, thank you for the call, who always finds himself in the middle and making winning plays. Like, you're telling me that Ernie Clement and Barger and Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, these guys are not household names. Nathan Lucas hits second in this lineup, okay?
Did you know who Nathan Lucas was back in May?
Did you?
No.
Exactly. So, listen, and then you go, if you want to go down and compare it to who's on the Dodgers, and it doesn't even have to be just the payroll, Pearl, right? It's just these are guys who have been winning. If you're talking about, obviously, Ohtani and Smith and Betts and Freeman and Hernandez and even Edman, who became a hero in last year's World Series. We all know Max Muncy. Like, you're telling me they have the same household name ability as Dalton Varsho?
Yeah,
like,
but I mean,
you're just not right about that.
I mean, where you go through the recent World Series winners, I know the Nationals had those two big pitchers, but generally, like, the great lineups doesn't guarantee anything. I'm sorry, Manny. Look at your Yankees. How many times have they strung together all-star lineups up and down the roster? And how many times did that result in the World Series?
About once.
Yeah, but like
2009?
Yeah, more or less.
But we're even talking about guys who were like started the season in Single A, or Davis Schneider, who hits obviously the leadoff home run yesterday. He was in the minors. It's just like I don't want to downplay what Toronto's doing. Yes, they're a really good team, but do people even know who their manager is?
Oh, that guy I like.
Cito Gaston, right?
Yeah, it's still Cito Gaston.
The other Schneider.
Buck Martinez, right?
Buck, great hair. Great broadcaster, too.
Toronto is a team that doesn't have a lot of memorable managers in their history, to be honest.
No.
I was trying to think of another guy to name. I couldn't even name another guy.
Yeah, John Gibbons was the
Memorable?
most recent. No, most recent.
The most recent memorable Jays manager.
They don't. I mean,
It's
they're not.
Brian Schneider. I feel like I have to say it.
No, I
thought it was John Schneider.
I thought that was a rhetorical question.
No, I'm saying for the audience, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And this is what I'm just trying to underscore what and how big this feels. And I know Vlad Guerrero is amazing, and I understand that Bo Bichette is a household name, and he's great too. Yeah. And also, look at what Bo Bichette's doing on a bad knee, Pearl, right? And to come back and go right into the lineup and be a difference maker. It's amazing.
Well, yes, but again, it's modern baseball, baby. Anybody at any time. This doesn't make any sense. Like, why did the 2021 Braves make sense? Why did the Rangers make sense? It doesn't make sense. It's chaos. It's, as Billy Beane says, it is a crapshoot in the postseason.
The 2021 Braves made tons of sense.
Not really. The Braves never win. I mean,
they're in the playoffs all the time. They're one of the best drafting teams. They're one of the best international signing teams before they got in trouble for it. They get their guys signed early. The Braves made tons of sense.
Really, I even think the Braves were surprised they won that year because they're like the Dodgers. They always get in the postseason and blow it. Always.
I feel like I'm in an alternate universe here.
Well, yeah, I mean,
you'll never consider anyone pulling an upset ever again in baseball, even a heavy favorite.
I just don't think it works like that anymore. I really don't. I mean, I think, by the way, again, this upset has not happened yet. Can we just please say that?
That's true. Dodgers still have a chance here. Series resumes in Toronto on Friday night. All right, coming up, the governor of Louisiana talking about the football coach at LSU.
You're in a 5-minute break.
Streak still stands at none. Light never clocked in, not now. Ruber showed up with a racket in hand, talking like he's finally the man with the plan. Said this year's mine, been training all fall. Daly just laughed, didn't sweat it at all. First serves in and the crowd leans in. By the first few games, it's looking like a sin. Rube swinging wild, chasing every ball, but Daly's got answers for them all. Rube just can't be dead, it's the same old song. Every forehand's fired, every backhand's strong. The score's lopsided, the outcome's clear, and Peter Bellotti still ain't here. Yeah. While Rubu's out there losing in the heat, Dubs on the mic, Perloff's in retreat, filling in smooth, keeping fans on the line, taking that show and making it shine. But back on the court, it's another route. Daly's running Rube in and out. It's 6-love quick, no mercy shown. Rube is already wishing he stayed at home. Rube just can't be dead, it's the same old song. Every forehand's fired, every backhand's strong. The score's lopsided, the outcome's clear, and Peter Bellotti still ain't here. While Rubu's out there losing in the heat, Gubs on the mic, Perloff's in retreat, filling in smooth, keeping fans on the line, taking that show and making it shine. But back on the court, it's another route. Daly's running Rube in and out. It's 6-love quick, no mercy shown. Ruben's already wishing he stayed at home. Rube just can't be steady, it's a losing streak. Doesn't matter if it's here or week. Jumps running hot, Perloff's nowhere near, and Peter Bellotti still ain't here. No smile, no cheer. Daly just grinned. See you next year.
Two minutes remaining. One minute, 30 seconds remaining. One minute remaining. 45 seconds remaining. Seconds remaining. Seconds. Break ends in 5 seconds.
Maggie and Perloff on the Infinity Sports Network.
Y mortífero, peligroso, Vladi Guerrero Jr. Adiós. ¡Vamos, pelota! Back to back bombazos. ¡Plácata!
¡Wow! ¡Qué manera de empezar el juego!
Thank you, Fox Sports Deportes.
Manny, what was that last line that the guy chimed in with?
The last one, the very last one was what a start to the game.
Vlad Guerrero Jr. solo home run. It was 2-0 Blue Jays before the Dodgers could even blink. Final score 6-1. Now the Blue Jays have a 3-2 lead in the World Series. Pearl, they're standing here on the doorstep of history. To take out the LA Dodgers would be a gigantic upset in my mind. I know that's become controversial to say here on the show this morning, because it's not like the Blue Jays have no payroll, and it's not like they have no stars. But let's consider what the Dodgers represent right now, right? What a lot of people believe is a payroll that it's so massive, and the fact that Shohei deferred all this money so they could sign even more stars, and the fact that they were one of the biggest World Series favorites coming into this matchup that we've seen in 20 years.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But we know you can't buy a World Series ring. I mean, we're here in New York. We have two teams that prove that again and again and again.
A lot of evidence.
And the Dodgers, by the way, in the past have had this dominant payroll and come up short. It seemed like they turned a corner in last year's postseason. Again, let's not talk about this upset like it's happened already, because we would have thought the Dodgers had won the series after the 18-inning game. In my wildest dreams, I did not think the Blue Jays were going to win the next two games in Dodger Stadium. So give them so much credit.
Lots of credit. Asking you today, back-to-back bombosas.
Adios.
Bombazos.
Bombazos. Thank you.
I love you just said goodbye to the ball.
Spanish. So this has obviously, become the big stage for Vlad Guerrero Jr. He has been unreal. But Pearl, last night belonged to a rookie in Trey Savage. If you don't know the name, well, now you're going to know. 12 Ks, most by a rookie ever. 7 innings, gave up 1 earned run, just a solo homer, 0 walks. 11 of the 12 Ks were swinging, and this is a guy who is pitching in single A to start the season. East Carolina University. He was a draft pick this year out of East Carolina, and he's from a suburb of Philadelphia, basically, from kind of the middle of Pennsylvania. Yeah. Trey Savage has become the darling now of the postseason, along with Vlad Guerrero, for very different reasons.
Pitched at East Carolina, I believe. He looks like an ace, though. If you didn't know that this guy was out of nowhere and you just saw him pitch, you'd be like, oh, that guy's good. But again, this is why the Dodgers, to me, it's not the greatest upset, because there are these pitchers popping up all over. There's guys who come in the 6th inning out of the bullpen are throwing 99 all over the league.
But they don't do it for 7 innings.
No, I understand that, but it just doesn't feel like such a crazy anomaly like it used to have a guy like this come up and just be awesome. I mean, obviously, look at Paul Skeens as the best pitcher in baseball the day he walked into the stadium. So I just think that it doesn't feel the way upsets used to feel. And maybe I'm looking at this playing Monday morning quarterback, because, of course I picked the Dodgers in the series. But it just doesn't feel shocking to me when I watch this. I feel like the Blue Jays have this inevitability to them. Like they're like Thanos. Like you cannot deny them.
Yeah, but the Dodgers are supposed to be Thanos, right? They're supposed to have that. And now the Blue Jays have taken it from them. But I think that the Dodgers are really complicit in what may be their own demise here, because a couple things. They can't hit anything right now. And Trey Savage they don't have a lot of knowledge. Like, he started game 1, pitched 4 innings, but didn't really have the splitter going. And last night he did. And so it was like they were seeing a new pitch almost for the first time. It was like they had never faced him. It was like facing a whole new pitcher. So that's, something that works in the Blue Jays' favor. And, Dodgers can't hit. You're talking about MVPs that are not making contact.
Yep.
And like Mookie Betts, for example. And their body language stinks. This is a team where it looks like, and could that turn on a dime? Sure, Pearl. All you need is, one big home run or whatever. But we got that with the Freddie Freeman home run in the bottom of the 18th. And then all of a sudden it just disappeared. It evaporated. And now they have this, to me, hanging their heads, looking super frustrated. And listen, I'm not expecting them to be dancing, doing the electric slide in the dugout after they're down. But still, they look really defeated last night, even more so than just, they didn't look like a team that believed.
Yeah, I think it could turn on a dime. And listen, Shohei Ohtani hadn't been able to hit a lick the entire postseason, then all of a sudden exploded with 3 home runs in a game.
Then 2 home runs the other night.
Yeah, I just think that Shohei has been hot and cold too. I mean, you haven't mentioned him. He hasn't really done much. Maybe he's a little tired because he's pitching. Whatever. We'll get into that. I just think that this series proves like things can change fast. And the Blue Jays keep proving that too. They look like they were dead and gone against the Mariners and came back. But I was very surprised this morning. I don't know if you guys on the other side of the glass agree with this. Maggie should be super excited today.
I know. I was hiding it.
I smell a drought being busted. I mean, we're one game away. We're 1 game away. 30 years, right, for the Blue Jays? That's a drought. That's a legit drought. Maggie, of course, declared it the year of the drought buster. And because of Rory McIlroy winning the Masters, sort of the Thunder, we could sort of squint and see that one. But the Blue Jays actually are a legit drought.
Florida Gators men's basketball. Just ignore hockey for this
maybe
one.
Push that one to the side a little bit.
Let's go to Wilson. He's in Southern California. Wilson, what do you think about this? If the Toronto Blue Jays can finish it off, would you consider this a great upset?
Absolutely. I would consider it. Nice to talk to you. As far as the greatest upset, though, it doesn't even compare to Luis Gonzalez bloop single to knock the Yankees and Mariano Rivera out of that World Series. I also wanted to say, viewing fans were very much enamored with Leo and Jason Bateman and our lovely Mary Hart right behind home plate.
Yeah, she looks great.
So, yeah, she does, doesn't she? And I hope her husband or whoever her companion is okay off that foul ball. What I wanted to say, though, the thing that really made the hair on my neck stand up was when they showed a shot of the greatest southpaw of all time, Sandy Koufax, with Magic Johnson. I was blown away, and I hope someday to get a picture of that and put it on my wall.
Yeah, talk about Southern California legends. Wilson, thank you so much. And Sandy, Magic, we see a little bit more like all the time. I kind of feel like I see Magic, publicly, not personally, but publicly every couple months. Sandy really just kind of comes out for some of the Dodgers postseason stuff. Or maybe because we don't live in LA, we don't see him as much. He always looks incredible.
Fantastic.
Debonair.
Yep. I have to admit,
He's like 89.
I'm like Wilson. I do pay close attention. It's kind of it's like a Knicks game. Jason Bateman, Chris Pine is getting a lot of love, the actor, and Leo seems pretty into it. So that's pretty cool. Sandy is awesome.
He's going to be 90 on December 30th.
Mary Hart would come in the Dan Patrick Show a lot. She was a friend of the show. She's so nice. Oh my God, what a pro.
I was going to mention it. Yeah. As a listener, a longtime listener to the show you used to be on, Dan Patrick Show, I know that Dan, I think you said he watched Mary Hart every day.
Oh, Dan read Us Weekly. He was Dan was in the Hollywood gossip scene, and he knew these people too. So it was part of. But yeah, he loved that show.
Yeah,
it was very funny.
A lot of appearances by Kevin Frazier with you guys.
Well, Kevin Frazier
was a sports guy.
Was a Sports Center host. Yeah. Kevin's the coolest. Kevin, by the way, still does some sports for NFL Network. He's probably the coolest person I know.
I was always found it funny that Dan Patrick loved Mary Hart so much. Brad's in Oregon. What's up, Brad?
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I don't consider this to be an upset if Toronto turns around and wins this. They were the best team in the American League, and, if they'd come in as a wild card, I'd say, okay, this could be the greatest upset of all time. But I think they were the best team year-round. throughout the beginning of the season for the American League. And again, I don't think it's all about payroll and money. I think it's about heart.
Mm-hmm.
And I think right now Toronto is playing with more heart, guys going out that are injured and playing and producing and stuff, than what the Dodgers are right now.
You know, Brad, I think it's hard to disagree, right? Thanks so much for the call. See, I guess where I get a little hung up is saying it's not a money sport. Like, it is still. The high payroll still, you would think, make the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
Like, it does get you the advantage of making the postseason, which is why we don't see the Pirates and the Royals in the postseason this year, right? This is why I think you just get in. The payroll gets you into the postseason. Does it actually win you the dang thing? Well, it did for the Dodgers last year. I don't know if you could say that. Only one team can win.
That's funny because I'm looking in the studio here, if you watch on YouTube over my shoulder, there's a Maggie Mets jersey, and it seems like they spent a lot of money, and I don't remember. How'd they do in the playoffs?
Well, that's the thing. That's why everyone wants everyone fired on that team.
It doesn't always get you to the postseason because the Mets did not make it.
If I
this
may,
year.
the Philadelphia Phillies have a very large payroll as well, and they've yielded 0 championships since 2009.
But Maggie's right, though.
There.
They get to the playoffs.
That's fair enough,
But
they don't win.
I kind of disagree with you in the sense that you're right. Money can get you to the postseason, but it doesn't guarantee anything once you're there.
Rich is in California. Rich, you want to weigh in on Dave Roberts and his role in the Dodgers being down 3-2. What's up?
I think Dave Roberts should be indicted for managerial misconduct.
You gotta take a seat because we got a lot of indictments going on in sports right now, most notably in the NBA.
No kidding.
So take a number.
A lot of LA indictments.
First of all, you get an 18-inning game. Shohei Ohtani is in it for the entire 18. Oh, yeah, and Smith, their catcher, catches the entire. In fact, he has caught every inning of this postseason. These guys are gassed.
Yeah.
And
I was surprised that Will Smith played the next day.
Yeah, and you
caught a
need
doubleheader.
Him not hitting is a big deal right now. But I totally agree.
And the fact of the matter is, Shohei Ohtani, despite his great performance, he ends up pitching 7 innings. The reason why he's pitching 7 innings, you can't hide a bad bullpen in a 7-game series. And their bullpen is a disaster. Just take a look at what happened in the 6th inning. If his starting pitching doesn't go to the 7th inning, he's in deep trouble. There is a chasm between the starting pitching and his closer.
Yeah, but
and
Rich,
I don't think it's going to get closed anytime soon.
But Rich, think about it. I mean, I would say the Dodgers bullpen, they have come up clutch in the playoffs a few times, including that 18-inning game. I mean, they held during that basically for a second entire game. And thank you for the call. And I know people are ticked off a little bit at Dave Roberts. Another thing I was wondering about this, I don't know if anyone asked, but the fact that Will Smith caught the 18 innings and then caught Ohtani the next day, was that because he and Ohtani have a connection, right? Did Ohtani really want Will Smith behind the plate? I don't know. I'm speculating. But Dave Roberts did try to do some things last night. He did switch around his lineup just a little bit. Drop Mookie Betts down 1 place in the lineup, drop Freeman down 1 place in the lineup, and put Will Smith hitting second. So he's trying to shake it up without completely disrupting what you've been doing all year long and what got you to the World Series.
Well, I mean, listen, he's always had a reputation of just a mixed reputation. Let's say it this way. The team is a talent, and Dave Roberts seems more like a personality guy than a strategic expert. Is that fair? Or he's made some calls that have worked out and a lot that haven't as well.
Yeah, I think at this point, I said before, 4 runs for the Dodgers the last 29 innings. I mean, guys just aren't hitting. I don't know if Dave Roberts can say anything to Mookie Betts that's going to make him, or do anything for Mookie Betts that's going to make this change. To be fair to Rich, and his point is did Dave Roberts was managing with pedal to the metal, and guys are now, running out of gas. But, it's the World Series. Can I kill him for that?
Well, here's the thing. My Phillies went super cold against the Dodgers. The Yankees went super cold against the Blue Jays. Great hitting teams go cold. It happens.
George is in L.A. What's up, George?
Hey, good morning, guys. I look for the Dodgers to do a complete overhaul this offseason, believe it or not. I think they get rid of Teoscar Hernandez and also Mookie Betts because they're not performing. And for Betts, I think, unfortunately, Father Time's catching up with him. Not so much for Freddie Freeman. And they got to overhaul their bullpen. And I think their team last year was better than the team this year.
Well, I mean, they added quite a bit, George. Thank you for the phone call. You think they would give up on Mookie Betts?
Mookie Betts is 33.
He's been injured a little, he's been injured, but he's the kind of guy where you feel like because he's so versatile that he would age really well in baseball. He has aged very well.
Well, I thought the story of the Dodgers was that they slow played their pitching staff all year and that they all came together. And that has been the story up until really the last 3 days that they rested their pitching staff all year and then they came ready to go in the postseason. Those guys have been awesome. The pitching has been amazing for the Dodgers. We can't sell that short. I don't know what happened to Betts.
888-710. He did play 150 games this year. Last year was 116 only, but he did play a lot. 888-710-4ISN, 888-710-4476. All right, got a couple poll questions up for you. Would you consider this a great upset if the Toronto Blue Jays do, in fact, take down the Dodgers that are up 3-2 in the series? And are the Dodgers blowing it, or is Toronto just taking it?
Block a top.
Mm-hmm.
Still not saying it, Manny.
All right.
It's not going to sound cool. Go ahead, bro.
The Dodgers lost, but you know who won last night? This guy, Andrew Perloff, with a win. I'll tell you how I won on Prize Picks, which is my absolute favorite, Maggie. Zion Williamson, I follow him probably closer than I follow any player in sports. You can pick more or less on stat projections on Prize Picks and win big. They had him set at 35.5 points, rebounds, and assists, and I knew that he's been having a foot problem. I went under on my guy, and he ended up with 13 instead of 35. He came out early against the Nuggets, and you know what? I'm sad because he's my favorite player, but I'm happy because I am now hot on Prize Picks. The app is so simple to use. Just pick 2 or more players across any sport. Pick more or less on your projections, and if you're right, you could win big.
Okay, mention that the NFL is back tonight, that Lamar Jackson is back tonight. Can I interest you in Lamar Jackson, 36.5 rushing yards?
That's so interesting. That number, we could do a whole segment on that number.
Maybe we will next. Who knows? Okay, I'm going to go more than because I know Lamar's dealing with a hamstring, but I think the yards are going to be there for him, and he's not going to be able to help himself. He's going to take them. And then how about that with a little Steph Curry? 25.5 points. Got a fun matchup between the Warriors and the Milwaukee Bucks tonight. I'm going to go more than on Steph Curry as well. You want to play Prize Picks with us? So simple. It's available in 40-plus states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia. Just download the Prize Picks app today. Use the code MNP. Get $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. That's code MNP on Prize Picks to get $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get the $50 bonus credit in lineups just for playing. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, it is good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Mand P.
You're in a 4-minute break. Three minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Three minutes remaining. 2 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Two minutes remaining. One minute, 30 seconds remaining. One minute remaining. "45 seconds remaining. "30 seconds remaining. "15 seconds. Break ends in 5 seconds.
This portion of the show is sponsored by the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. Learn how it's so much more than just another SUV at HyundaiUSA.com. Okay, we still have major college football coaching vacancies to fill, and Maggie, it has gotten totally unpredictable and, to be honest, crazy what is happening, especially down in Louisiana.
Yeah, college football always brings the crazy out of everybody, right?
There's very emotional.
Something about this sport, and especially when you get into like the real college football country, which the entire state of Louisiana is. So, of course, Governor Jeff Landry would be weighing in at a press conference on who the next head coach of the LSU football team should be. And not only was he talking about it yesterday, we'll play the clips in a second, he actually did convene, decision makers from LSU. I don't know if it was the whole board of supervisors, but many people who have influence with LSU actually convened them at the governor's mansion on Sunday before they fired Brian Kelly to kind of go through the money, the legality of it, and he's obviously trying to protect the taxpayers to a certain extent. So here is the governor, Jeff Landry, when he was asked, actually, I don't know if he was even asked about this. I think he volunteered this, that the athletic director, Scott Woodward, will not be the person deciding who is the next head coach of the LSU Tigers.
No. I can tell you right now, Scott Woodward is not selecting the next coach. Hell, I'll let Donald Trump select it before I let him do it. I don't know, but the Board of Supervisors is going to come up with a committee, and they're going to go find us a coach.
Okay, more from the governor says that the AD, Scott Woodward, has a history of making bad coaching hires.
We are not going down a failed path. And I wanted to tell you something. This is a pattern. The guy that's here now that wrote that contract cost Texas A&M $70-something million. Right now, we got a $53 million liability. We are not doing that again.
Okay, so all due respect to the governor, he's got this a little bit wrong, as do a lot of people who are running with this story. To be fair to Scott Woodward, he did hire Jimbo Fisher, Pearl, but he hired him for the very reasonable price of 10 years and $75 million. It was actually his successor, Ross Bjork, who extended Jimbo Fisher and gave him 95 more millions. And then they had the $70 million buyout. So poor Scott Woodward, like, I'm not crying for this guy because he did hire Jimbo, but that's actually not the story. And this kind of misinformation is really getting spread like gospel. Like, Scott Woodward is the one who gave Jimbo Fisher $95 million. Not true. He first hired him for 10 years, $75 million, which is a lot more palatable. But anyway, basically the governor, did he just fire the athletic director? I mean, he said he's not
at very best, marginalize him to useless.
Yeah, so why is he there? It's like a little, what do you do around here?
Yeah.
You know, now he did hire Kim Mulkey. He did hire the baseball coach who's been really successful. So Scott Woodward, it's not like he's been doing nothing. And listen, Brian Kelly, we questioned the fit culturally when he got hired at LSU, but that did feel like a bit of a coup at a time. You had one of the biggest names in college football.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that felt like a rational hire. Brian Kelly had been enormously successful at Notre Dame and did have some success at LSU, by the way. There was, I think, before this season, we had no idea. We knew that something wasn't right. The cultural fit wasn't there. But as we've been discussing all week, it ended very rapidly. Like, I think it's a surprise. Nobody would have thought Brian Kelly was going to get fired after 7 weeks this year.
They were ranked third in the country this year.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know. I mean.
And he's out.
It's total chaos. I mean, I do agree Scott Woodward should not be doing this hire, probably based on that track record. I don't know where is this all going to is the question, because there's probably some much, much quieter version of this going on at Penn State and Florida, where who's making the decision? How much money do you want to spend? Nobody wants to pay these huge buyouts, Maggie, but do you have to offer that to Lane Kiffin to get him to come to your team?
Yeah, it's kind of like when owners keep giving out bad contracts in professional sports, and it's like you got to save the owners from themselves. I think sometimes you have to save the boosters from themselves. You know, like they get really distracted by the shiny objects. And, you know, you get a lot of rich people who have a lot of influence and have a lot of success in one part of their life, and they think they've got it all figured out in the other part of their life. Or that they, you know, it's just the governor actually saying Donald Trump is actually kind of indicative of that. It's a funny line. It got a laugh out of everyone, but it's like, that's like thinking that he would actually make a good hire just because he's good at, you know, other things. Well, it doesn't. This is what gets you in trouble in the first place. And these contracts are insane, but I think they're going to keep happening because teams are going to feel so desperate, programs are going to feel so desperate to hire these big name coaches, and then you give them all the leverage. Lane Kiffin could basically walk into LSU or Florida and ask for whatever he wants right now.
Absolutely. You know, I one thing, it's funny you say that the big name donors think they know college football. Basically, the governor's saying the guy who's supposed to know the college football, Scott Woodward, does not know it. Might as well go with the boosters. And I do disagree a little thing. I do think you can buy a great coach and win. I mean, the money does work in college football.
You just brought Jimbo Fisher and Brian Kelly as the examples of how it doesn't work.
Yeah, but money, I'm thinking more also among the players. Like, you can buy a good football team now with players. But also, too, I think you kind of might, if you look at globally, you do get what you pay for a coach, too. Like, the good coaches are expensive. That you're not going to cheap out. And if you want to go, you could hire some mid-major guy who came in cheap. Nobody wants that, right?
Well, they won't even apparently look at the Tulane coach because he coaches Tulane.
Yeah.
But if he coached, you know, USF, apparently that might be better, or Memphis or something like that. But the fact that he's literally right in their backyard means that they can't do it, which I think is kind of silly.
I totally get that, by the way, that the LSU coach can't hire the Tulane coach.
Did anyone else pause on this for a second? You're like, like the governor of Louisiana is like, maybe Donald Trump should make the hire, and just think, who would that be? You know, it's an unconventional president, right? Obviously, did not have a background in politics at all, and he's been unconventional in every single thing that he's done.
Well, he's tight with Tommy Tuberville, right? They're working on the SCORE Act together.
I know, but he's employed right now. Tommy Tuberville, isn't he representing? He's in
Alabama senator.
Yeah, he's a senator.
He's in politics.
You don't think he dropped the Senate in 2 seconds to take over LSU?
No.
Is that even a debate?
Probably more lucrative to be a senator, to be honest.
That's true. My question
the
was,
LSU coach? You see what? Well, Brian Kelly's just got a pretty big buyout, EJ. I hear what you're saying, but
a lot of money and do no work. Carry on.
That's the state of politics in America right now, both sides of the aisle.
My question was, is
Trump could come up with anybody. We could have a Playboy Playmate. We could have the best coach of all time. It could be Bill Parcells. Who the hell knows?
Himself.
Maybe.
What are the mechanics of the governor dictating Scott Woodward's role in this search, by the way?
The mechanics, he got up at a press conference and said it.
But does he actually, as the governor, have the ability to do that, or is he just blowing smoke yesterday?
Well, probably a little red meat to the supporters. He was also tweeting about the fact that they were raising ticket prices this year, or announced they were raising ticket prices when you are struggling. So I think you're winning political points. But he did have these decision makers to the governor's mansion.
Right.
I think there is a taxpayer money element to this.
Yeah, which makes sense in writing Brian Kelly a huge check. I just didn't know how he would, except for just saying it, how he could dictate whether or not Scott Woodward was in a meeting about the next head coach. Because Scott Woodward doesn't work for the governor. The governor may have a say on who's the board of directors at LSU, or whatever.
The governor's throwing his weight around.
Yeah.
He is a public employee in a sense. He does work for the governor.
I don't think. I mean, we don't all work for Kathy Hochul.
No, but I think he gets paid by the state. His
right, but I
check is from the state of Louisiana, so I think he technically do work for the governor.
I teach for a state university or city university.
Yeah.
I think I work for Kathy Hochul. I'm asking a
Do
question.
people even know who Kathy Hochul is? She makes way too many appearances on this show.
No, I mean, the reason we know the college football coaches' salaries is because they have to be on the record because they're state employees.
Right.
So I guess if you're a state employee, technically, the governor, you kind of do. The governor wants to come in and mess you up. Yeah, definitely you can. Oh, I hate Kathy Hochul.
That seems
random
far-reaching. Not that you're wrong, but every LSU employee works for.
Listen, I don't think
Jeff
she's
Brady.
CC'd on every email. Neither. I don't think that Jeff Landry is in on everything. But yeah, there's probably a buck stops here element. He's the highest, state employee.
I heard this news conference. I said, "Oh, LSU's about to screw this up."
Yeah, they are.
Okay, so here's my question about this: if I'm a coach, right, and say I'm Lane Kiffin or I'm whoever is going to actually be a real candidate, did the governor of Louisiana, Jeff Landry, just help this or hurt this? Because that was kind of a circus yesterday. I mean, the joke about Trump is funny. It got a laugh from the crowd that he should pick the next head coach. But, to be honest, this could be a bit of a turnoff if I am a true candidate and I have options and I'm maybe Florida's knocking down my door and, maybe Penn State's knocking down my door. Let's see how much money some of these other places can pony up. I don't love the theater of this because that could be my behind one day that the governor was trying to score political points on because I didn't go for two in a goal line situation.
Seriously.
Definitely.
This is bad. I mean, again, if I was Florida and I was Penn State, I'd be like, ooh, good stuff. Thank you, Governor Landry. You just made our job a lot easier.
Yeah,
I can just go to whoever coach and be like, see that clown show you saw yesterday?
That could be you.
You'll never have to worry about that if you come here.
Yeah, but then again, I am a believer in the coaching hire cycles. The obvious choice never ever works out. You guarantee Lane Kiffin's going to win at LSU. Watch a new Nick Sirianni type coach. The Eagles didn't want. The Eagles always trip into some coach who wins Super Bowls. I know what you're saying, but maybe Lane Kiffin getting a $60 million buyout at LSU isn't the greatest thing either. But you never know what's going to happen here.
But that's not the conversation. The conversation is Ron DeSantis have something to say about a spread offense, right? You just don't want the governor weighing in on the football stuff to this degree. But whether Lane works out or doesn't work out, we'll all find out together. But you could say, to EJ's point, we're never going to have the governor. Scott Shapiro's never going to sit up here and blast you for, not going into the portal to get a left tackle.
Well, Josh Shapiro definitely would. He's basically he's like Chris Christie. He could be on the sports talk radio station. He's very, very involved in the sports team. But my point is, the governor does have a point. This isn't just hey, let's not just spend as much money possibly on whoever the number one name is. I think he's let's be smart about this. So I kind of get where he's coming from. Off the Brian Kelly situation, he's where would we get that $53 million? There is hey, let's pull back and be sensible about this. Let's not get caught up in the whirlwind of trying to throw boats and cars at Lane Kiffin.
But you know what sensible gets you? If you're Florida, it gets
John
you.
Summerall?
No, Florida, it gets you the guy that just fired.
Billy Neighbor.
That's what sensible gets you.
Yeah.
You know what? We're going to be sensible, hire a cheap coach, and just give him a bunch of resources and assistant coaches. And
but you might get Dan Lanning.
I think Lanning's different. I think he's different. I think Lanning comes with a lot. He was coming from Georgia, even though he was a coordinator.
Yeah.
He was coming from Georgia and Alabama.
So get the Georgia Alabama
The
coordinator.
other guy's coming from Louisiana.
Oh, they'll give you Mike Bobo with his head on a platter. The people of Georgia do not like their OC.
I don't know why they brought that guy back. That's a whole nother story.
Okay, weigh in on this. I'm sorry, Pearl. 888-710-4ISN. The governor of Louisiana addressing this yesterday, the LSU head coach. Does that make this less appealing? Is this going to actually muddy the waters a little bit, you were saying?
Yeah, no, I honestly, I understand why the governor was frustrated because the money's got insane. Like Brian Kelly and Jimbo Fisher, like it's not as easy as just go out and spend as much money as you can to get Lane Kiffin. Do you honestly think like Lane Kiffin at LSU also has problematic written all over it? To me, like, can't you see that turning into like a wild scene?
Definitely.
It'd be the best content ever. But
Can I see it? Hell, I'm rooting for it.
Yeah,
I
of course.
I kind of want to know, like, does this go the way of Ed Orgeron? Do you get these really high highs and then a coach that gets fired because he catcalled some woman wearing yoga pants that happened to be married to a very influential LSU person?
There will absolutely be some version of what you just said.
Yeah. And he also went, 5-5 one season?
Yes, that's correct.
The governor
that didn't help.
Governor had one great line. He goes, any sports writers out there? It's like, you should all be here. I'm like, what is going on in Louisiana? Like, don't you have a budget to deal with or anything?
How about this? You know, why he asked, he goes, are there any sports writers in the crowd? And like, no one, I guess, raised their hand. One person, he goes,
there was one guy.
We need more here. It's like, well, yeah. Have you seen what's happening in newsrooms around the country? All the sports writers? Do we have to tell you what's going on in this industry? Come on, Governor.
No, Ray Charles can see that, brother.
And Edo, by the way, is back in this story. We'll explain how in just a moment, but Andrew Bogish has headlines.
These headlines sponsored by Progressive Commercial Insurance, protecting your business vehicles 24/7. See if you can save at progressivecommercial.com. The record stood for 76 years. Don Newcombe K'd 11 Yankees in the 1949 World Series. Those the most Ks by a rookie in a World Series game until last night.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. A dozen Ks for your Savage. One out in the bottom of the seventh.
I mean, it just keeps getting better and better.
Trey Savage, 12 punch-outs, no walks, over 7 in Game 5 of the World Series at Dodger Stadium. Maybe we'll see him tomorrow in Toronto?
Mentally, I'll be prepared for Game 6, but, I mean, I'm just ready for whatever's next, if there is a next.
Maybe, as we discussed last hour, a Game 7 more likely if there is one. Last night's 6-1 win means the Jays can end the Fall Classic, their first title since '93, tomorrow night in Toronto. Kevin Gausman scheduled to start for the Jays. Maybe Dodger bats can wake up against him. 4 runs over the last 29 innings, just 1 at-bat last night with a runner in scoring position. Mookie Betts struggling as much as anybody at the plate.
I've just been terrible. I've been terrible, and there's no, I wish it was from lack of effort. I really do, but it's not, so I don't have any answers.
Betts hitting just .234 this postseason, has just 3 hits in this series. The
Commanders
are trying to get healthy. Jaden Daniels should return from his hamstring injury against the Seahawks this weekend, but Terry McLaurin is out again after re-injuring his quad Monday night in KC. Jaylen Brown's hair, a major topic of conversation in the NBA right now. You may remember his fake hairspray wiping off on OG Anunoby's jersey during a game last week. Brown hearing it from all corners, even on Celtics TV.
Brown, the spin, and the deuce. Good to see Jaylen Brown in transition. You always want to see your star player get some easy baskets. Went flying to the basket like he'll be flying to Turkey at some point this season. Oh, come on.
That's Drew Carter off the top rope on NBC Sports Boston last night.
Okay, so I saw that image of Jaylen Brown going into who's the defender? Anunoby, and the something comes off.
Yes,
like it looked like black marker.
Yeah, a shoe marker on top of his head.
Yeah. I thought it was AI. I did. It was so stark. Why do guys think that they can? Like, I remember the famous story that came from, of all places, Andre Agassi. Remember, he wrote his memoir and came clean that he was wearing a hairpiece through most of his tennis career.
I think that was before his memoir, but yeah, Open, which is the greatest memoir ever.
Such a good autobiography. But he, during a French Open final, he had pinned his hairpiece to his head. and asked like one of his friends, like, how does it look? Do you think it's going to fall off? And he goes, only if you don't move.
And a tennis match.
Final. Yeah. And he had a whole plan for what he was going to do if the hairpiece flew off of his head.
Oh.
He was going to go pretend to kill it with his racket like it was some kind of a
squirrel.
Like an animal. He had like a whole thing. How do guys think that they're going to get away with this, that it's not going to drip down their face or whatever?
I can only speak from experience that the bald spot on the back of my head has been the most physically defeating thing of my life. I don't know why it cuts so deep at
you're more than just a bald spot, dude.
Well,
But you don't even
appreciate
have
that.
no one even notices.
because I grew my hair out to be able to sweep it back. But
Would you ever spray?
No, and I hope not. Fingers crossed that if it ever gets terrible, I'm just gonna shave my head and roll with it. The people that are hanging on and spraying things and like full head wigs and stuff like that, I hope I never get to that point. But I understand like the vanity of feeling like less than because of it.
And also, Jaylen Brown's not even 30 years old?
Right. Now, he has owned it since. He said earlier this week, I get it, I'm going bald, it's not coming back, and he shaved his head. So I think the scuff mark on OG was the final straw.
We remember, Todd Fritz, our former coworker?
Of course.
We were trying to force him to try that stuff out.
The spray?
The spray, and because it never works, but it was like a punishment. And we did it once or something, it's not even close.
No.
Like, it is, that stuff does not work.
No, for someone like Jaylen Brown who's got the really dark hair, you would think it could work. Or what was it? Carlos Boozer did it one time, right?
That's who Jeff T
Famously.
was talking about.
But you know what's funny? I feel for you guys because I know that the baldness is a big deal. I kid you not. I think we're solving this thing. I know the turkey, that was the line going to Turkey. I think that like science is close here on baldness.
Wait, with the thing that Wayne Rooney did?
Well, that's just like the
plugs.
The plugs, or I think that some of these Nutrafols and some of these things, like
Propecia?
I think we're getting pretty close here to solve it. Maybe not the full Michael Jordan type head, but I think if you start it early enough, I'm shilling out for the pharmaceutical companies. I don't know. But, like, think about what we've done with Ozempic and weight loss. Like, we're getting here, guys.
Just
Hang on.
We just wait till all the side effects truly come out in 10 years. And we find it. Bro,
I have a 12th toe.
I've seen some.
Do you already have 11?
You ever watch a commercial for Propecia? Don't watch the last 30 seconds. It's like, oh, by the way, you can have this, and this happen to you.
Yeah, do your private parts disappear? Look, I'm going to be honest.
I still think there might be an Ozempic side effect that people don't know about.
I just have a question, though, because I know for men, like, what would you sacrifice for the full head of hair? I think a lot. Because you just said it's kind of tight. It's like the one thing that really is kind of bruised your ego. And by the way, Bogues, if anyone's watching you, like you have a ton of hair.
Only in the front.
You've got great hair. Like what, I think what would you guys...
What would I give up?
What would you give up?
One thing definitely not, but...
Would you do less of it?
But if you're bald, you can't use it. So what's the...
Full disclosure, I do indulge in the Nutrafol.
Yeah, do you think it works?
I have no idea.
You're just doing it.
I'm just doing it. I don't really see a difference. My mom,
Preventative.
it looks like there's less hair whenever I get out of less hair that's falling out of my head when I get out of the shower, so it might be working. But one of my favorite stories about this is Jaylen Brown. He was streaming, and he left a voicemail for LeBron, and LeBron didn't pick up the phone. And the people, his boys that he was streaming with, he just said, "Man, hang up the phone. LeBron doesn't mess with you like that."
I mean, was he trying to get hair tips from LeBron? LeBron's the last person you should go to. We all can spot that thing from the 100th row.
He said, "LeBron, I need some help with the hair. Help me out." Beep. Man, hang up the phone, man. He doesn't mess with you like that.
That's hilarious. Guys, I think we're close on this one.
I don't share your confidence.
Same. I think there's a lot of scamming going on.
Yeah.
There's scientists working around the clock.
I know, and they haven't solved it. Maggie, as you know, men's problem usually get addressed first.
Right away.
Right.
You guys get first dibs.
So
you got that right.
So the fact that it hasn't been solved means it might be unsolvable.
Don't say that. There's hope. We're going to get there, guys. We're going to get there. There's a hair loss drug.
Damn it.
It's coming your way. I can feel it. Okay, coming up next. Thanks, Bogues. Lots to do, including another big question about the Browns. And more from last night's Game 5. Maggie Perloff.
You're in a 5-minute break. 4 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Four minutes remaining. Three minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Three minutes remaining. Two minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Two minutes remaining. One minute, 30 seconds remaining. One minute remaining. Forty-five seconds remaining. Thirty seconds remaining. Fifteen seconds. Break ends in 5 seconds.
Had a shoe marker on top of his head.
And hooped in the game, sweating like a mother.
And got it lined up, though. That's the crazy part. Crazy. I subbed in the game, and I just looked at him the whole time like, that really got that on his head.
It's gonna be a good day with Maggie and Perloff.
That was Jeff Teague talking about the time Carlos Boozer spray painted hair onto his head. I remember where I was when that game happened. It was crazy. I put a poll question out there for myself, just for the audience, but on my own Twitter handle. How close are we to solving baldness? Are we 0 to 5 years, 5 to 10 years, or not happening? Right now, not happening is winning. Guys,
Tried to tell you that.
Ye have little faith. Meanwhile, you know what else isn't happening? The Browns having a winning season.
Damn, Mags.
Had to do it. Kevin Stefanski, now according to Mary Kay Cabot Pearl, is contemplating in the bye week giving up play calling responsibilities to Tommy Rees, who is their offensive coordinator. So you got a lot of things going on with the Browns, and we'll get back to the World Series in just a moment. But, you know, if this actually ends up happening, and obviously Mary Kay Cabot is more plugged in than probably any other Cleveland reporter. If this does happen, I think this is not a great sign here for Kevin Stefanski. And we thought that he was safe because it kind of looked from the outside like the Browns were maybe punting the season. And so, of course, you'd keep him around, draft another quarterback, have Stefanski there to groom the next dude. 2-time coach of the year. I don't know. Kind of feels like even with all the dysfunction with Cleveland, maybe Stefanski wasn't responsible for a lot of that. Like, is he the one who brought in Shedeur Sanders? Is he the one who's making the call on whether or not, to start him? Yeah. And that's a tricky thing to navigate anyway. But him giving up play calling responsibilities implies that they want him to now focus more on the entire product, right? Like the entire team, like their tactical mistakes they're making in game because he's so focused on calling plays. That kind of implies they are thinking they're going to win games. They do think that they're actually competitive as opposed to essentially tanking this season to try to get the highest draft pick and start over with a quarterback.
I can't separate this issue from Shedeur Sanders. Like almost like nothing that happens in Cleveland matters at all except for when are you going to play Shedeur. So how does, in my mind, who cares who's calling plays? Because right now, with the Dylan Gabriel offense is not working in any meaningful way. And it's nothing really against Dylan Gabriel. He's been fine. They did win one game. They blew out a team with Dylan Gabriel. So I don't care who's calling the plays, who's playing quarterback. Are you going to go to Shedeur or not? Like, how does this move impact that? If it doesn't, then honestly, even in Cleveland, like who cares? Because you're definitely not making the playoffs this year. So what's the difference if it's Stefanski or Reese? The only real difference is it Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders?
And they've already kind of said it's not going to be Shedeur coming out of the bye, which I think surprised some people because, once you take the bye to evaluate, Dylan Gabriel has, it's not like he's taken the job and all of a sudden we're watching some phenom here in his rookie season. He is, looked good in some cases and obviously has a ton of room to improve.
Well, he has no downfield game whatsoever. And you don't know if that's the offense or if that's him. He can throw the little short passes fine, but the offense is so limited. I feel bad for him. I feel like he's in a terrible situation. I think he's been in a terrible situation since the day they drafted Shedeur Sanders. Like, the narrative is always going to be, oh, you're the guy who's getting in the way of Shedeur. But I also think that the Browns think, okay, if we put Shedeur out now after the bye, our offense is a mess right now. He's going to look terrible too. Like, what's the point of doing that? It's not helping him.
Yeah, or maybe there's just like the simplest answer is actually the truth. Maybe he's just not ready, right?
Yeah, but I do think they'll play him at the end of the season,
where things are going to be even worse and look even worse, and you have more guys who are potentially hurt, starters who are out,
But maybe the opponents also have guys who are hurt. Maybe it's a little easier. Maybe you're playing some teams that aren't playing for playoffs anymore. Right now teams are fully amped up. I don't really know. The funny thing is not just the coach, but the GM, Andrew Berry, who drafted Shedeur Sanders. Does he survive this? I agree with your instinct. Stefanski's in big trouble. This move is a terrible sign.
If they do it.
Yeah. Or even the fact that they're talking about it is a very bad sign. Because, if he coaching both sides of the ball, defense for the most part has been awesome. Myles Garrett had 5 sacks the other day, for God's sakes.
Yeah, and they got blown out.
So
it didn't matter.
I wonder, is Stefanski in trouble? Is GM Andrew Berry in trouble? He had a great draft, which is funny because he got Mason Graham and Carson Schlesinger with the first 2 picks who look like future Pro Bowlers. But is that going to be enough? I think your first instinct was right. This is the beginning of the end, possibly.
Yeah, which almost in some ways feels a little unfair, no?
Yes, but this is how it ends. You know what I mean? Like, They didn't give Kevin Stefanski much to work with coming into the year. They said, try it with Flacco, maybe Kenny Pickett, maybe these two rookies. Not most coaches can win with a third round and fifth round rookie quarterback.
Right, but why are they in this situation to begin with where they're having to patchwork this quarterback room together?
Mistake.
They made a mistake with Sean Watson, and the owner has walked around with his hand up saying, my fault. It was me. We swung and missed. And so you leave Kevin Stefanski with Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, and Shedeur Sanders, and then you trade away Pickett, and then you trade away Flacco.
Yep.
I mean...
You have Bailey Zappi. Somewhere in that mix.
Yep. Yes, you do. We get back to the World Series. John Schneider and the Toronto Blue Jays are up 3-2 over the LA Dodgers. Who was the hero from last night? We've got all of that for you and more. Plus King of the Mountain. And today is a doozy. Talk about iron sharpens iron as we look for the greatest NFL team of all time. Stick around.
You're in a 5-minute break. Four minutes, 30 seconds remaining.
At home. The roof just can't be dead, it's the same old song. Every forehand's fire, every backhand's strong. The score's lopsided, the outcome's clear. Sun ain't up, but the screen sure is. Christian Field starts his day like this. Maggie and Perloff live on YouTube. He swears that many sending in clues. Christian Fields, the king of the stream, thinks every video shot out is part of his dream. In the chat or the clips, it's all how it feels. Man, he's playing YouTube just for Christian Fields. Bilott's still missing, he won't punch that clock. But Christian's online, he's taking his spot. When Robin from San Fran dropped her video cheer, Christian swore, man, he rolled that tape just for his ears. Christian Fields, he's part of the show. First light of morning with this camera glow. Every live stream moment, it's all so real. Man, he's spinning YouTube just for Christian Fields. Maggie's laughing and Perloff grins. Christian's convinced that the message is in. Through the pixels and the morning reels, it's all about one name, Christian Fields. Christian Fields, the king of the stream, thinks every video shot out is part of his dream. In the chat or the clips, it's all how it feels. Man, he's playing YouTube just for Christian Fields. Well, he's cool too. Maggie Perloff, and of course, our guy, Christian. But in the chat or the clips, it's all how it feels. Man, he's playing YouTube just for Christian Fields. Well, he's still missing, he won't punch that clock. But Christian's online, he's taking his spot. When Robin from San Fran dropped her video cheer, Christian swore, man, he rolled that tape just for Christian Fields. The Yankees lost last night and man, he lost his cool. Punched a hole through his drywall, called Boone a fool. Volpe swung through a ball for man, he damn near cried. Now he's drinking Jack straight with vengeance inside. He's slurring Cashman's clueless, fire that clown. Then flips both birds up while sitting down. Neighbors hear the roar, I've been loyal for years. And in between curses, but why he still ain't here. Flag struck out, boom, just grin. Cashman's up there saying we'll try again. Lady chugging pain with a chaser of beer. Flipping thumbs out, birds, Bilotti ain't here. The TV's cracked from the throne remote. He's yelling, I believe you cut my throat. The game ended hours ago, but he's still in the fight. Hollering, we suck into the night. He tried to call WF and got put on hold. Tried again. Left a voice.
Fifteen seconds. Break ends in 5 seconds.
Maggie and Perloff on the Infinity Sports Network.
And the 0-1. Vladdy rocks the ball. Left field and deep. Back to the wall. It is gone again. Back-to-back blasts in the first. And in 3 pitches, the Blue Jays lead 2-0.
Blue Jays radio, and that was Vlad Guerrero Jr. with the solo home run. It extended the lead 2-0, and because the Dodgers basically can't hit the ocean right now, even 2-0 feels like a major hole, and now the Toronto Blue Jays are 1 win away from a World Series title. Welcome to the show, Maggie Gray, Andrew Perloff. Vlad has become one of the darlings of the postseason, Pearl, but last night really belonged to Trey Savage, the rookie pitcher. Cinderella story out of nowhere. East Carolina University got called up in September last night. 12 strikeouts over 7 innings, no walks, gave up 1 earned run, just a solo home run. This is the stuff that Hollywood scripts are made.
Yeah, there was a couple moments in the middle innings where he looked a little bit shaky, like guys were making contact. And I thought he was going to lose his confidence in real time. But man, resilience is a cliche, grit. But that's him, and that's the Toronto Blue Jays. It's unbelievable. I thought they were so dead in the water after the 18-inning game, and they just don't seem to care, Maggie. They don't seem to care that they're playing the Los Angeles Dodgers and all those MVPs and Cy Youngs. It doesn't seem to even enter their mindset at all.
No, perfect tone set by John Schneider, their manager, and this is this kind of lineup. And they do have some glamour guys. I mean, they've got Vlad. Yeah. George Springer, unfortunately, is hurt, although he put on a batting helmet as if he was going to pinch run last night late in the game. So maybe we see him in game 6.
He's close, right? That's what they keep saying. He's day-to-day.
Because when he took that swing, and it looked like basically he tore half of his stomach open. But, that's great. And then you have Bo Bichette, who also was dealing with a major knee injury, but he's come back and put a ton of pressure back on the Dodgers starting pitchers as well and their bullpen. It's just incredible. To me, this feels like a big upset because of not just the fact that the Dodgers are the reigning World Series champs, but they have the greatest player ever, in my opinion. They've got multiple Cy Young winners. They've got multiple MVPs. And they were heavy favorites coming into the World Series. So is it exactly David versus Goliath? Not really. Toronto has a pretty big payroll themselves. But it does feel like everyone had crowned the Dodgers before the series even started. And we still have games to play. It's not over yet. But how the Blue Jays have been the better defensive team, getting the starting pitching amazing, just a smarter baseball team.
Wow, they might be having the worst running World Series of all. I'm sure they've been caught on base more times than any team probably in history, right? They're awful on the base pass. Can we just say that right now?
I don't know. The Dodgers are kind of matching them. Right?
Yeah. I mean, check the most guys thrown out in a series because of that 18-inning game. I think they had 6 guys thrown out. And last night there was one where they definitely got thrown out. There was another one where he should have gotten thrown out. They just the double play on the line drive to third. They're doing some things that aren't ideal on the base pass. But the funny thing is they kind of seem like clueless idiots who are like, we're in the World Series. Let's just play ball. They give that vibe off to me. One thing about Shohei being the best player of all time, that guarantees nothing in baseball. Because Barry Bonds was at his peak, could not single-handedly take a team to a World Series. You can clearly pitch around Shohei, which they're doing to the best of their ability. So that alone is not going to guarantee anything. And, I'm surprised actually they pitched to him as much as they have. If he gets hot again, he will not see another pitch.
Yeah, but the thing is yes, you can't win a World Series with one guy. Obviously, that's the beauty of baseball, and it's a sport that really makes like the possibility for unsung heroes to really become a thing, like Trey Savage. You see things like that. In other sports, maybe it's a little bit more straightforward, but I mean, Shohei, the lineup around him is designed so that you cannot walk him in the way they walk Barry Bonds, right? Like, you put multiple MVPs behind him, it makes it a little bit tougher.
But they're not playing like that right now.
Well, that's fair. Mookie Betts has not been great. Freddie Freeman has had his moments. I mean, World Series hero in that 18-inning game. But honestly, if they lose the series, that's going to get put in the dustbin of history. Remember, we did a great debate not too long ago. What was the best play in a losing effort? And if they lose the series, that Freddie Freeman 18th inning walk-off could be one of those.
And here's the question:
and
Shohei getting on base 9 times. Does that
hitting 2 home runs?
Yeah. Does that go into like Jermaine Kearse, the Seahawks receiver who caught the ball right before they threw the interception to Malcolm Butler? That was a great debate. Yeah. Unfortunately, some of these heroics will be lost. But then again, it's 3-2. Series ain't over. All these Blue Jays heroics could be lost too if the Dodgers come back.
Got a couple poll questions out here for you, Maggie and Pearl on X, if that's your thing. You can also weigh in on the chat, youtube.com/InfinitySportsNet and twitch.tv/InfinitySportsNetwork. We say good morning to the Weedos and the coffee drinkers. Are the Dodgers blowing the World Series or are the Blue Jays winning it? Blue Jays winning by 88%. I'd be curious to know the Dodgers fan side of that. Do they actually feel like they are just getting so outplayed in this series? Or are the Dodgers doing things, uncharacteristic things, that are putting themselves behind the 8 ball? Like last night, right? So Blake Snell throws 2 fastballs. They both leave the yard. Then he doesn't throw a fastball for like another hour.
Right.
But there were some miscues behind him. Mookie Betts throws wide right. Teoscar Hernandez takes a bad angle on a fly ball. That left Blake Snell and put more pitches on his arm to finish out some of these innings. Like, there are just things we're not used to the Dodgers doing that they've been doing in this series.
I'd like to hear from Dodgers fans because Dodgers fans have watched a lot of postseason collapses. I mean, a lot. They've seen this team underperform in key moments many, many times.
Also, the idea that, the Dodgers look out of gas because a caller called in earlier and said that he's right. It does look like that. But the Blue Jays played 18 innings. Then the Blue Jays had to come back and play another game. And the Blue Jays didn't have Shohei Ohtani on the mound for that game 5. And then game 4. And then last night, it's a rookie who's literally living out of his Toyota Tacoma truck. Like, he doesn't have an apartment in Toronto because he didn't think to get one. He said he can't wait for the postseason bonus check, Pearl. He said that's really going to come in handy. Yeah. I think he's got probably doesn't have 2 nickels to rub together or about that because he hasn't done anything yet.
That bonus check's probably going to be half his salary.
Dude, I mean, the guy was pitching at East Carolina University. What do you think the NIL is for East Carolina baseball team?
But he was
$5.
He was a number 20 pick overall. Doesn't that come with millions?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's I don't know what his signing bonus looked like. But anyway, he said he doesn't clearly said it looks like he's living out of his car.
Okay. Well, I'm not worried about him now.
The other thing, poll question. Would you consider the Blue Jays beating the Dodgers in the World Series an all-time upset? No is leading this 79%. I'm in the clear minority here. I think this does feel like a massive upset, even though Toronto's payroll is like over $200 million. Yes, Manny?
FYI, Trey Savage making $820,000 this season. His signing bonus not available. Nice.
That
was very helpful.
I saw 4.1 million.
4.1. Okay. He's got that all signing bonus. Yes, that means he would get it all.
I'm curious.
So why is he living out of the truck?
You seen how much prices are in Toronto?
$800,000.
I actually watch on Netflix has a real estate reality show in Toronto, which is fascinating. But is he?
It? That's all we get?
Yeah. Is he a Scott Boras guy though? I was wondering about that. Probably not.
He's been in the league for 14 days. Like, no, I don't think
he will be a Scott Boras
Boras
guy.
gets him in college, I thought. But anyway. Yeah, let's put it this way. That guy, just based on this performance, just throw $100 million. I don't know when can you get that big contract in MLB these days.
You have to wait 10 years.
Yeah, and also he'll get NIL money because he's very young, or the equivalent.
Trey Savage agent, Scott Boras.
Yeah, I thought he was probably.
Shot
I mean, come on,
From the
like
logo, Pearl.
you watch him pitch for 3 seconds, and you can say, "Oh, well, that guy's a star, and he is a Scott Boras client." He looks like if you didn't know he was out of nowhere, you'd be like, "Oh, that guy's an ace, right?" He's tall. I'm going to say something weird. He's kind of handsome.
That's not weird.
Square jaw.
Okay, no.
You're making it weird now.
Yeah, thanks. And now we've got to take a break. No, we've got lots more to do. So you can weigh in on these poll questions. Are the Dodgers blowing it? Are the Toronto Blue Jays just stealing it, snatching it, if you will, from the Dodgers? And then also, would you consider this an all-time upset? 888-710-4ISN.
I think he can sell things because you love saying his name.
You savage.
Yeah, or Je Sauvage, perhaps.
Oh, you want to make it French?
Yeah, no, isn't there a Sauvage is a cologne that Johnny Depp sells?
Is that what he's selling in those commercials? I kind of
Am I making that up?
He's a player.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's going to get some commercials. If the Blue Jays finish the series, he's going to be on our screens, I think. Maybe? I don't know. Maybe not.
Maybe in Canada. I don't know about around here.
Yeah,
I was
Maybe
gonna
in
say,
Dunedin as well.
First of all, how many baseball players are doing commercials, period?
Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah,
End of
Shohei's
list.
got them all.
If he wants to get on our TVs, he should find a beautiful young gymnast like Paul Skeens did.
Yeah.
Oh,
Smart. Or a singer like Justin Herbert.
That too.
Or Travis Kelce. Yeah, these guys,
Who's Travis Kelce?
Yes.
you got to glow up with the girlfriend.
Yeah, so Je Savage.
Who's Toronto's biggest pop star?
Celine
Drake.
Dion.
I think she's from Montreal.
Alanis Morissette.
No age gap there.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you have to date Celine Dion to get some commercials, you date Celine Dion. If I wasn't happily married, I would date Celine Dion.
Wow, way to take one for the team.
By the way, don't
That's
give
a
me
drop.
she's from Montreal. You're nitpicking now.
888-710-4ISN.
Don't tell that to someone from Quebec.
Don't
was
tell
gonna
that to
say-
the French Canadians.
Well, you're telling me that Trey Savage can't date Celine Dion because she's from Montreal and he's from Toronto?
Hold
Little
on.
May-December romance?
I just
So-
wouldn't say that they're the same city. That's all I'm saying.
So Drake obviously is one of the biggest, current music stars from Toronto. We don't have any other pop stars from Toronto? Or are we showing our butts here that we don't know? The Weeknd, Justin Bieber, Shawn Mendes. I'm kind of looking for women, but whatever.
Ooh, the Weeknd's from Toronto? Okay, I did not know that.
That's a quick list. Quick Google
Scarborough,
search.
yes. Scarborough, Ontario, right outside of Toronto.
What
A lot of
about,
basketball players, a lot of NBA players.
Is Carly Rae Jepsen? She just got married.
I think she is Canadian.
I know she is. I just don't know if she's from Toronto. Not that she has to be, but we're trying to make a love connection here.
Well, we had a caller come in and
She's
say
from
that-
BC.
We had a caller who said that, and maybe our friends up north who I know we're on a lot of stations up there, that a lot of the big chunk of Canada is rooting for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, definitely. I'm
so
not
I
surprised
think
by that.
you don't really necessarily need a Toronto pop star. I think you got the whole country.
Avril Lavigne, anybody?
There you go.
She was a thing.
She was recently on
Skater
TV
boy.
as a representative of rebuilding LA after the wildfires. She had a big comeback. She's cool.
There's a new
Very
recently
short,
single
though.
Canadian who left an athlete. Maybe your Savage can pick her up.
Who's that?
Nina Dobrev.
Oh, wow.
Left Shaun White, or Shaun White left her, is the story I think is being put out there.
Ooh, Tate McRae. She's Canadian, but I think she's from Western Canada. That doesn't work out.
Nina, I'm pretty sure is from Toronto. So that would be
Perfect.
perfect,
Love it.
right?
Look at us, matchmakers. Cupid,
By the
take a
way,
vacation, baby.
I am now confident this is going to happen.
What, that he's going to date a pop star or
Nina
someone
Dobrev.
famous?
Yeah, like that.
Oh.
Yeah,
Who needs Tinder when you got the Maggie and Perloff show?
yeah,
People don't like the apps anymore. This has come to us.
yeah. No,
That's why I keep seeing.
But-
But like when people keep saying it, it makes me almost more skeptical. If everybody says something, it's like, are you really? I just feel like a lot of y'all are probably still on the apps.
I think people are still on them. I just don't think they like the dating apps. It's like if there was any better system, wouldn't you go for it? Just back to the old school, go to a bar,
Again,
restaurant.
no, social anxiety. I like being behind a screen. I like being a keyboard warrior.
I know, but the irony there is that all the social media is heightening your anxiety.
Yeah, I know. It's awesome, right?
This is negative feedback loop.
I like being a keyboard warrior is the sentence I think I never thought I would hear ever.
How is your keyboard? How's your game as far as like the texting back and forth?
I've lost all touch. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yet you love it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in between innings, in between pitches, just go ahead, swipe, 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 swipe. Oh, there goes Vladdy's Placata. Swipe, swipe, swipe.
You ever get him confused
Wait,
where you forget you're on one text thread and you're
Yes.
actually texting
Yes.
some woman for your date and
Yeah.
you're just like, Brunson.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's how I open up every conversation. Hey, I like Jalen Brunson. Do you?
Every morning I come in, Manny, I'm like, what'd you do last night? You never say I went on a date last night. So
Yeah, you're damn right.
So why are you
It's
on
just
these
swiping.
apps? Do you actually go on dates?
No. Nobody likes me.
No, that's not true.
We like you.
Great.
You'd be a
Take
great.
me then, EJ.
What is that?
Take me out to dinner, EJ.
Sorry.
But so you're
Line
batting
ya?
like
Dine
you're
ya?
like the Dodgers lineup right now. Like you've got 4 runs in the last 30 innings. Like nobody's clicking yes. Then why are you on these apps? So
Because
is
I'm
that?
bored, bro. What else am I going to do?
I don't think you're serious about them.
Not right now, no.
See, that's it.
I'm serious about the New York Knicks maybe winning a title.
Well, you need a psychologist.
Okay, I think I've got an idea for a business, and I don't even know if I should be sharing it here, but I think we should do it. If someone doesn't have this already, we should be doing a micro dating site for fans of teams.
You said you're the same person who said Manny should go to the Knicks celebration party to find a girlfriend.
And then if he had gone to that Knicks party, Manny
Maybe I'd
could
be
have been.
happy.
He may have the love of his life right now.
I
She was
have
right
actual
there.
photos of 4,000 people on the street and every single one of them being a man. But go ahead.
There were some chicks in there. It was
No
just a top-down
way.
shot. And
No
then Women
way.
are generally smaller, and they just kind of fade into the crowd.
So wait, so you're Mike. So you basically you're saying micro. You start talking about like all Braves fans date each other, or fans of a certain player. Like what are we talking about here?
No, like a microsite. Like if you're a Yankee fan or a Knicks fan or you're a Dodger fan or whatever, there's
YankeesLovers.com.
yeah, it's got like they do this. We get into the nitty
like
gritty.
farmersonly.com.
Farmers only. There's one for like
Sports
Christian
fans.
Mingle, like whatever's being advertised on TV. J date.
Oh, gosh.
You know, like people go hyper specific on this kind of thing. Why not
Yeah.
sports team?
Yeah, no, you're right. I can't argue with that. It's a good point. But then again, does being fan of the same team guarantee love in any way? Like, does that give you a better chance for success because you both like the Yankees?
I mean, my husband and I are both Bills fans.
There you go.
It's really painful when they lose too, because it's like double painful because he feels it and I feel it. But listen, what are you going to do?
I think you could make an argument, and your husband, of course, is awesome, but my wife knows nothing about sports, and it kind of works better that way.
You get a break.
Compliments.
Yeah.
we
Well, my
compliment
husband's
each
not
other.
into sports like we are. He just loves the Bills.
He's
He's kind of like a regular sports fan. He has a team he loves.
There's nothing regular about a Bills fan, man.
That is true.
You know what?
You're just used to craziness, so to you it seems regular. To the rest of the world, not so much.
Okay. Back to the World Series, and we'll get to Maggie and Perloff, King of the Mountain. And boy, do we have a doozy for you. Pearl, you've been waiting for this team to come up to see who is the greatest NFL team of all time. Right now, the 1984 San Francisco 49ers have had such a lock on Maggie and Perloff, King of the Mountain. They vanquished, EJ, 5 or 6? 5 different teams have come, and 5 different teams have gotten put down and sat down because the 84 49ers are just that dominant. Today, we think the Niners have finally met their match. We'll tell you who they're facing next.
All right, Maggie, it's going to be a super fun night, and Prize Picks is going to make it even more fun. It's the best time of year for Prize Picks. We have so many different sports going on. We had the Sports Equinox the other day. So we have a football game tonight, but I'm really focused on basketball because I watched Giannis play the other day, and he was awesome. So Prize Picks, you pick more or less on your stat projection, and Giannis is projected at 30.5 points. I am going more on that because apparently the NBA lets him travel, which is a weird thing that has just developed, but he's looking great, and he's playing the Warriors at a huge game. That's the thing about Prize Picks. You could, if you sit and you watch TV all night long, it's so much fun to play. It's so simple to use. You just pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less on their projections, and if you're right, you could win big.
See, you're on basketball, but I am on the NFL tonight. And even though I can go to multiple sports, I do like the fact that I can put Derrick Henry more than 90 rush yards, paired with Devon Achane more than 58.5 rush yards. I think this game's going to be won on the ground.
Just so you're having both? Okay. I
I'm
see what you're
zagging.
saying. Yeah, all right.
And you can too. Why? Because Prize Picks is available in 40-plus states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia. Check to see if it's available where you live. Come along and play with us. How do you do it? Download the Prize Picks app. It's so simple. Use the code M&P and get $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. That's code MMP on PrizePicks to get $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 bonus credit in lineups just for playing, guaranteed. PrizePicks, it is good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Mand P.
The Yankees lost last night and then he lost his cool. Punched a hole through his drywall called Boonafoo. Volpe swung through a ball for man, he damn near cried. Now he's drinking Jack straight with vengeance inside. He's slurring Cashman's clueless, fire that clown. Then flips both birds up while sitting down. Neighbors hear the roar, I've been loyal for years. And in between curses, but why'd he still ain't here? Well, man, he strolls in with a grin on his face. Yankee pinstripes all over the place. But his chest is out like he's on the beach. Moist pork yells, button up, you creeped. Oh! Well, his wife flew south for a girl's trip flight. Left Andrew Perloff home for a few quiet nights. No poker, no bar, no rowdy old crew. Just a man with a plan and a fridge full of goo. Neighbors all thought he'd throw a wild bash, but the only thing he popped was a mustard pack stash. He dimmed the lights like it was date night. Fate sat down with a spoon and a paper plate. Hey, old Perloff's weekend, it ain't what you think. No beers with the boys, no late night drink. Just a salad piled high on some old white bread. And Tony Soprano yelling off his head. He don't need trouble, he don't need fun. Just a man and his mail till his wife's back done. Now Andrew Bogusch texted, what's the move? But Perloff left that message. Sun ain't up.
It's Monday morning, lights come on, infinity's buzzing, another show's begun. But Bogusch has a secret.
Maggie and Perloff live on YouTube. He swears that many sending in clues. Kristen Fields, the king of the stream, thinks every video shot out is part of his dream.
30 seconds remaining. One minute remaining. "45 seconds remaining. "30 seconds remaining. "15 seconds. Break ends in 5 seconds.
Who is the king of the mountain? Maggie and Perloff search for the greatest NFL team of all time.
Welcome back, Maggie and Perloff. We have had a dynasty in our King of the Mountain contest trying to figure out the best NFL team of all time. It's been the 84 49ers. How many weeks, Maggie?
5.
5 weeks in a row.
5 weeks in a row.
But maybe they finally get some true competition this week.
Unbelievable. The teams that the 84 49ers have taken out so far, just to name a few. 72 Dolphins. Ever heard of them? Only undefeated team ever. Also, the 83 Raiders, 77 Dallas Cowboys, the Legion of Boom, 2013 Seattle Seahawks. I mean, there have been some amazing teams, and the 84 49ers have made quick work of basically all of them. Let's hear a little about the 49ers.
The 49ers won easily to finish the season with an NFL record 18 victories.
How you like that, huh? How you like that? Pretty good, huh? Oh, we kicked their ass.
Kick their ass, they can go back to Miami
and go and fish.
And go fish. How in the hell were we going to stop Duper Clayton Marina? Nobody knew but us, right?
On their back.
Game ball. Coach Bill Walsh.
49ers were amazing in 84, and they continue to be the Maggie and Perloff King of the Mountain champion. But today, a new challenger. And Pearl, I know you've been waiting for this team to come up on the randomizer.
I mean, I think if you knew the background of this contest, the first team that comes to most people's mind when we talk about the greatest single team one single year is
the 1985 Chicago Bears.
When William the Refrigerator Perry barged in for Chicago's final touchdown, the most one-sided game in Super Bowl history was complete. After 22 years of frustration, Chicago had finally recaptured its place at pro football's summit. They dominated this game and this season as few teams had ever before. Yet the Bears also captured the country's imagination with their flair for excitement and fun. The Bears return home as world champions.
Finally, here they are. The 85 Bears. We've been waiting for them. We're wondering who is going to take down these 84 49ers, and boy, the Bears would have a great shot. Obviously, the Bears, one of the most dominant postseason runs we've seen, although 84 Niners were pretty dominant. Beat the New England Patriots 46-10 in Super Bowl 20. The amount of players and just characters on this team, led by, of course, head coach Mike Ditka.
Talk to the trainer.
Mike Singletary was the defensive player of the year that year. Ditka was the coach of the year. You had first-team All-Pros in Steve McMichael and Richard Dent. Singletary, of course. Walter Payton, Jimbo Covert. These are 6 Hall of Famers. Ditka's included as a player. Yep. Not as a coach, because I guess you can't double dip in that way for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Of course, the defense was number one. I mean, it's one of the most dominant, if not dominant, ever.
Buddy Ryan, of course, the defensive coordinator.
And, key fact here on the defense. First defense to lead the NFL in points allowed, yards allowed, and takeaways. The offense was a little bit different. They were definitely top 10. But, Jim McMahon was obviously the character. Walter Payton, of course, as the ultimate amazing running back. But Jim McMahon was an interesting one. Just going back through some things about the 85 Bears that I thought were interesting. One thing that I did not realize. So obviously, famously, William Refrigerator Perry, right?
Yep.
Became this household name and, sort of legend because he was a defensive tackle, huge guy who they would put in these offensive kind of gimmick plays. Pearl, do you know where Mike Ditka even got the idea for that?
No idea.
Bill Walsh.
Why are you in such a bad mood?
What do you care?
Bill Walsh had used an offensive guard to score a tack-on touchdown against the Bears. Was that in the 84 season?
It was 84, the season before.
The season before, and Mike Ditka got so ticked off about that because Bill Walsh ran up the score and then was doing this gimmick play with a guard to score a touchdown that he said the next year we play them, we're going to get him back. And so they are blowing out the 49ers in 85 and decide to put William Refrigerator Perry in to score a touchdown as payback to Bill Walsh. I did not know that. So Bill Walsh in some way gets a little bit of credit even for Refrigerator Perry.
And by the way, and now I think people have taken it to the next level. The best one I've seen recently was Caden Proctor at 375 catching a screen pass for the Alabama. It's happened a lot since then.
That's your IQ, buddy. 0.
I mean, it's funny. You're barely even scratching the surface of this defense. They're so dominant. There's so many names on there. I'm looking at the depth chart. Gary Fensick was arguably the hardest hitting safety of his era. Dave Dewerson, who sadly passed, was I think he was first team All-Pro. Leslie Frazier went on to be a great coach. I know. I can't remember. Was Jeff Fisher still there? He was in that defensive backfield. Incredible collection of talent. It's incredible that these are still household names. Dan Hampton, Steve McMichael, who sadly passed as well recently. Mongo
got in the Hall of
Fame. This particular unit to me stands the test of 40 years, unlike almost any other defense ever.
So we're going to put the poll up for you. Maggie Perloff, King of the Mountain. 84 49ers who have been the King of the Mountain for 5 weeks in a row. 5 teams have come, 5 teams have been beat. But how do they do against the 85 Bears? Because the Bears actually did beat them pretty badly in that season. Now, they did not meet in the playoffs, if I'm remembering this correctly.
Giants, Rams, and then blowing out
the
Pats.
Patriots.
First team ever to have back-to-back shutouts in the playoffs as well.
Yep.
21-0 over the New York Giants, 24-0 against the LA Rams, and held Eric Dickerson to no yards and forced 2 fumbles after he had come off of, I think, rushing for over 200 yards against the Dallas Cowboys the game before in the playoffs. So crazy stuff. Can I tell you one other thing about the 85 Bears, about how different just life is in 2025 as opposed to 1985? Here are just some of the things that happened during that season that I feel like in today's day could probably submarine a team, could totally torpedo them. Ditka gets pulled over for a DUI early in the season. That was a little crazy. I didn't realize that. You had everything with Jim McMahon. Not only was he hurt and kind of in and out of the lineup dealing with a back issue and all of that, the whole him mooning the helicopter before the Super Bowl drill, where he literally moons the helicopter because there had been questions about his bruise on his behind. So he thought, all right, I'll just moon everybody. And then Buddy Ryan telling the team that he's leaving to become the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles before the game.
Yeah. And then he gets carried off on the opposite side of the field from Ditka, and they hated each other.
Yep, they
hated
did not
each other's
like each
guts.
other.
Then they met in the Fog Bowl 2 years later, which I recently saw a documentary on. Crazy. The other thing, too, is the space shuttle crash sadly happened the same week of the Bears thing. And that the space shuttle crash was probably one of the top 5 most important stories of the 80s. So that's not that the two have anything to do with each other, but when you think of the 80s, like the Super Bowl shuffle and the Bears, that's so 80s in some way. Feels like if you're doing a VH1, what do they call those shows where they go back and look at a decade?
Yeah, best of the 80s. I love the 80s.
Yes, the Bears would be your team for that, for sure. They're just tied in to Cyndi Lauper and Madonna and the Chicago Bears of 85.
All together in one big stew.
Yeah.
So there you go. You can vote. Maggie Perloff, King of the Mountain. 84 49ers versus the 1985 Chicago Bears.
It's funny because the 84 49ers, I guess you could argue, should feel 80s. But to me, it's the Ditka and the Saturday Night Live skit and all that stuff just lasts longer. Although, I don't know, honestly. If you put these teams on the field, Bill Walsh at his peak versus that defense would have been fun to watch. Although you said they played that year and it was not good.
Yeah, they got all over Joe Montana. But here's the thing. Yeah, if you actually go down tit for tat, take the defense away, although the 49ers defense had some amazing players as well. But Joe Montana and Jim McMahon, there's not really a discussion at all.
McMahon, I mean, no, but McMahon was awesome. He just couldn't stay healthy.
Couldn't stay healthy, but there was more the Bears had a gimmick thing going with Refrigerator Perry. They became these cultural icon people.
But they had Peyton, though. I mean,
they had Walter Payton.
Right.
Yes, but they also leaned into the personality of the head coach. Ditka is like a walking soundbite. The gimmick of using Fridge and using him in all these different offensive plays. They brought in, I think, a casual fan in a way and became this sort of you get on SNL, because Mike Ditka's picking his nose on the sideline. There's all these other things that brought people in and made them part of the zeitgeist.
I'll say one thing, though. They only won one Super Bowl, in part because Buddy Ryan left. That was a huge deal. They were obviously a very well-coached defense. And then Jim McMahon got taken out the next year, and they famously were terrible at finding quarterbacks afterwards. If McMahon had stayed healthy, I think they win multiple Super Bowls. In fact, the next year, they probably should have won again. They probably should have won 4, like the Niners. But they imploded in a major way.
apologize for being naive in this thing.
Yeah.
But when did Jim McMahon get body slammed?
By Charles Martin? Was that
85, 86? I generally don't remember.
I thought it was like a year or two after the Super Bowl. Am I wrong?
No, I was just curious.
Yeah, but McMahon was never on the field. Like he
was hurt a lot, and then unfortunately got addicted to painkillers. I actually did an interview with him many years ago where he said that medicinal marijuana really helped get him off of painkillers.
We had him on the Dan Patrick Show a lot, and he's battling CTE and really trying a lot of innovative things. I hope he's okay.
I have a question for the group, trivia question. EJ, you can't answer this because I think we both watched the same documentary about the 85 Bears. How did Jim McMahon lose vision in his one eye? Happened to him as a child. Jim McMahon, half blind. Do you know this? Pearl?
I have no idea. No.
Anyone? Any guesses? Bogish? Manny?
History didn't begin before the year 2000.
Right.
Exactly. How did Jim McMahon lose vision in one of his eyes? It happened to him as a kid.
Squirrel attack.
He was using a fork
to
untie a knot.
Love it.
Pulling on the knot with one of the tines of the fork, slipped.
Oh no!
And right in the eye.
Dang. 2 times right in the eye. Said
Two times.
Said the doctors were able to save his eye, which was like almost a miracle.
Yeah. By the way, just for
hope no one was eating breakfast.
That's totally random, and I love it. The body slam happened, I think, in week 11. It was November 26th. So, and that's kind of what doomed them. I think
86.
Yeah, in 86.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. But that was just the beginning of Jim McMahon's problems. Apparently, he had some fork incidents as well.
That happened when he was like 7 years old.
Yeah, the man found trouble. He showed up at BYU. There's this famous, I think there's a photo. He showed up at BYU, the most, you can't drink at BYU with a 6-pack of beer.
And he got off the plane from Utah to Chicago drinking a beer. And he was supposed to be the milk drinking Mormon. That's his line in the documentary. I'm supposed to be the milk drinking Mormon, and I got off the plane with a beer. He goes, it was a 3.5-hour flight. I was thirsty.
Understandable. Very understandable.
Totally. All right. Go vote right now. 84 49ers, 85 Bears. Bogish, what's up?
Trey Savage is a lot of things this morning. The guy that pitched the Blue Jays to a 3-2 lead in the World Series, the rookie record holder for the most strikeouts in a fall classic game, and the new inspiration for our friend Patrick Boyle.
Trey Savage, doing major damage. He was the complete package. That splitter is wreaking havoc. He's a savage. Trey is savage.
All right, got it.
He's gonna be living
You don't want
lavish
20 more seconds of
because
this?
the Blue Jays have the advantage. The title is within their vantage.
Doesn't
He's
make
a
sense.
savage. Trey is savage. Catching the Dodgers slacking. He'll be making major cabbage. It's his rite of passage. He's a savage.
Are you, Pat Boyle, a hostage? That would end. I don't know who put music underneath that.
I'm impressed. I
don't know what they're doing from 2 to 6 in the morning on this place, but that was Pat this morning.
I love people who take swings. And the problem with this, though, is that AI exists.
I like music.
So you can already make a better version.
Yeah.
Just do what Kaplan does and put it through the ChatGPT.
I'm actually like, wow, that was really good.
Kaplan's not here at 5 a.m., Maggie. Come on.
You guys think that was
Pat's
good?
not the only one who can use ChatGPT. Oh, around here he is.
God, you trusting Pat or Pete Bellotti to figure that out?
He does no extra work either. We
The
know
robot
that.
just like comes out of the computer and strangles him.
I wish
good
I could
job,
come
Pat.
up
I
with that.
love
That was
it.
great.
Pearl, where are you making raps and rhymes?
I would need a lot of AI. Like, I don't know if NVIDIA has the manpower. Like, we're going to have to reroute the electric system to provide the computing power to
Half the grid's going to have to go down to go to this.
AI was invented to make me have any skill in that area.
Well, you got your Run DMC jacket on today. Your Adidas 3-stripe.
Yeah, you're a third of the way there.
I was waiting for it. I knew if I wore this, somebody would be like, oh, Pearl, you look weird in that sweatshirt. I just was waiting for it.
Nobody said you look weird.
Yeah. No, but I know Maggie was thinking it.
We're talking about rap, and you look like the lost member of Run DMC.
Jam Master Pearl.
I got this. It's so funny. We were talking about outlets. I bought this at the Adidas outlet for $9.
Good find.
Wow.
$9.
Someone finally bought it.
It's like a large.
It was the end of season. This is actually extra large. Yeah.
Wow, because normally, like, if you get like something that's like $9, it's like extra small or extra small. It's like 5XL.
There's something weird on it.
Oh, do you know the Adidas outlet in the Poconos? By the way, you probably. It's great.
Oh, I've never been up there. No, not in the Poconos.
I thought that's where your family lives.
They're in the Lehigh Valley. That's like 30 minutes north.
Yeah, get your geography right, Pennsylvania.
It's just funny. Like, we have people call in from Saskatoon, Canada, and we're talking about the outlets in Pocono, Pennsylvania.
Maggie and I had a long discussion about where to find good outlets these days because they're everywhere now. When we were kids, that was not a thing. But I'm a big outlet mall shopper. I don't know if anyone is with me on this one.
What is a mall?
Internet now, just all online shopping.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I hate it, though, because you just don't know. I hate not being able to try stuff.
Well, you never know if you and Manny are going to show up in the same sweatshirt.
That's his fault. That's not nothing to do with
That's
me.
your fault.
Dust up that whole thing again.
Yeah.
Kick that hornet's nest. Meanwhile, no one's worn that Gatorade thing since. You guys are scared. You should just text each other before. Hey, I'm going to wear it.
Yeah, a little Google Calendar.
That's lame.
It's my Tuesday, your Thursday.
Google Calendar.
That makes it worse.
Who's picking up the kids from swim? Okay, back to you. They don't find this funny.
That's like in the sports industry when you get free swag from somebody, then every single person wears it the next day. It's like, that wasn't free, though. You guys actually paid for it.
Oh, it was not free.
Pretty penny, too.
Yep.
It was cool.
Thank you.
Carly Towns was wearing another Gatorade sweater similar to ours.
Just thought I was seeing double.
Then he shot 2 for 11.
Did you burn your Gatorade sweater?
He should drink the product, not wear it.
Our boy Pat, by the way, moved to Rhyme because Trey Savage K'd 12 Dodgers over 7 innings last night, fueling a 6-1 Jays win in L.A. Davis Schneider and Vlad Guerrero Jr. went back-to-back off Blake Snell to start the night. Savage and 2 relievers did the rest, and now we go back to Toronto. Game 6 tomorrow night, a chance for the Jays to win their first World Series since '93. Maybe Dodger bats reappear for tomorrow. Only 3 hits last night, only 1 at bat with a runner in scoring position. They're now hitting .201 for the series. And just 1 game on ice last night.
Charlie Coyle comes in 2-on-1. The Sillinger with a shot, and he scores! Austin Matthews makes a mistake. Sillinger makes him pay. He's got 2 of the night.
Look out below. Cole Sillinger, 2 goals, 1 assist in Columbus's 6-3 home win over the Maple Leafs. Quick trivia question. Cole Sillinger used to date a woman who has been mentioned on the show this morning. Can you name her?
Avril Lavigne.
Celine Dion.
No.
Carly Rae Jepsen.
No.
Is it Nina?
Is it who?
Nina Dobrev.
No.
Tate McRae.
Tate McRae.
Yeah, I win.
Guess
There
the
you
way
go.
it worked.
So there you go.
Hockey players pull. They get girls.
I know, and they don't. Have you seen? They just don't have teeth, bro. I have all my teeth, and I can't.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to bother anybody.
Get on the ice, Manny.
It's the only
I'm
difference
good.
between you and a professional hockey player.
How many of me's do you see out playing in the NFL?
Wait, didn't you say that there's a Mexican women's hockey team that you follow on Instagram?
Yeah, they're pretty.
You should become their manager or something.
Yeah, we had a
social media manager.
We had a situation with a hockey player. We get a lot of, hey, this person wants to come on the show, but generally, if they want to come on the show with a fellow marketing person, like, hey, this person wants to come on the show with a doctor who's the expert in the drug. But it's funny, Maggie threw all those rules aside when Henrik Lundqvist was pitched. She's like, well, if he wants to come in, yeah, he can bring his whole family. They can come on air. I don't really care. Yeah,
bring the team.
It was weird. Her response was like, yeah, we'll make it work. I'll come in any time of day.
Honestly,
in fact, Perloff, we don't need you here that day.
Nor do we need the microphones.
Yeah, we don't even need to record it. That was a weird request.
No, I know. I'll take notes.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say, you know how like we got to take a break, but remember the old Howard Stern show, right? When they were simulcast on the E network.
Oh, I love that. Watch it all the time.
And if non-famous women wanted to get on the Howard Stern show, what did you have to do? One thing.
Take your top off?
Yeah, take all your clothes off.
Yeah.
Right? So that was, and I thought you were going to say, we'll have hockey players on the show, but it's under one stipulation. They have to take their teeth out.
Oh, that's
They must take their teeth out.
That's funny.
We're like,
I thought you were just about to say that you're going to make Henrik Lundqvist take
naked, right?
No.
Yes.
We're perverts. We want to see the gap. in
What's our 2-word slogan for the show? Pants optional.
That should pull all the guests in. Not weird at all.
P.S.
It worked for Howard Stern. It can't work for us? No? Okay. 888-710-4ISN. Coming up. Somebody could be playing Jedi mind tricks when it comes to college football coaching. Do that next.
Game 7, pants optional.
You're in a 5-minute break. Four minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Four minutes remaining. Three minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Three minutes remaining. Two minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Two minutes remaining. One minute, 30 seconds remaining. One minute remaining. .45 seconds remaining. .30 seconds remaining. 15 seconds. Break ends in 5 seconds.
Welcome back. Maggie Perloff Show. Get back to the World Series in just one moment. That is the Super Bowl shuffle. And today's Maggie Perloff King of the Mountain puts the 84 49ers against the 85 Bears. Whoever says we don't cover current topics on the show, how dare you?
Do people say that? But I'm shocked. I was just telling Maggie, the Niners are still winning. This team is unbeatable.
I'm surprised. I thought the 85 Bears would actually give them a run, but there's still plenty of time to vote.
Early.
You have 24 hours. You can go to Maggie and Pearl and vote there.
Right now, just dropped to 50-50 here. So
okay.
Okay. There you go. Interesting comments from Nick Saban. Okay. Pearl, because we've been talking a lot about the college football coaching openings that exist so far. We could have a lot more, but LSU, Florida, Penn State, you had the governor of Louisiana weighing in on this yesterday, saying the athletic director is not going to be making the next hire. But this has all become kind of like, it's going to become circus-like this offseason because of all the openings, and it's going to feel crazy. Nick Saban had some interesting comments that he said to ESPN. He thinks that, On 3. Chris is writing for On 3 now? Pardon me. Yeah. On 3, not ESPN. So he said that Lane Kiffin would be better off staying at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
And basically said, like, because of NIL and the transfer portal, you can win at Ole Miss. It went from being a good job to now maybe it's a great job. And what are the advantages that you're getting at LSU that you can't get at Ole Miss? So Nick Saban kind of making a bit of a plea there for Lane to stay. And this raised the eyebrows of certain people.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's two things going on to me. One, is Saban just saying this so he can take the LSU job? That's what I think everybody's initial reaction was. He's been linked to it. He obviously coached there before. The second one, like, Saban is using this as a vehicle to take shots at the NIL landscape, too. He's like, basically, he's like, teams are, it's not like the old world. He's like, this is a new world. Nobody likes this. And he did throw in like a complete insult to the new system. He's like, he just basically, him and a lot of these old coaches do not like seeing players get paid. So he used it as a vehicle, A, to tell Kiffin to stay, keeping LSU open, but also just say, oh, he came off as a crotchety old, let's go back to the old system guy. That's a big part of what Saban was doing.
Okay, but those two things are kind of diametrically opposite. Either he hates the system or he's actually trying to come back and coach at LSU. I mean, what's the truth?
I think he hates the system. I don't think he's coming back to LSU. I love the conspiracy theory. I can't see him going back to LSU because the reasons he left Alabama, the new system, are still there, and even more so now.
I thought this was hilarious that people thought that Nick Saban was trying to keep Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss so that he could come in and coach LSU. I think I got to believe Nick Saban here.
Yeah.
That he doesn't want to go back and coach. I do believe that. I just wonder if Nick Saban uses the platform because he has someone else he thinks would be good for that role, right? Or maybe listen, Nick Saban's coaching tree.
Well, why wouldn't he just plug that person to Ole Miss? Like, what's the difference?
Well,
if he likes Ole Miss, and I'm saying Kiffin is one of his guys.
No, I know, but Saban's got a lot of guys. Maybe he feels like Lane already kind of has his bearings about him, right? Has already been given his opportunities, rich beyond belief, all these things. And maybe he feels like, hey, kind of like an agent, right? Like I can get somebody else. I can get another one of my guys and elevate somebody who hasn't had a taste yet of what this is like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think LSU's going to hire somebody like that, though. Dan Lanning, they could make a run at another Saban guy, Dan Lanning. They could make, are you talking about, Brian Dable? Like, who is the Nick Saban guy that doesn't already have a major job? Sark already has Texas.
Yeah.
I guess you go through the list. I don't think his long-time assistants are going to get this job. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. We all, of course, think Nick Saban's manipulating something.
We do not take this guy at face value.
Maybe he's just talking. Do you agree with him, though, that Ole Miss can win a title just as easily as LSU and Florida and Penn State? I think that's against the grain. I think most experts still think there's a cap on what Ole Miss can do.
Okay, this is funny, right? Because we talk about this in baseball right now with the Dodgers trailing the Blue Jays 3-2, and can money buy you a World Series? And we've been arguing about that literally all morning long. We're about to find out, like, can money buy you a college football national championship? Now, people say, well, Maggie, duh, Ohio State just proved that they did. Well, that's 1 year. And by the way, if it hadn't been 12 teams, they never would have made the championship. That would have been a team that lost to Michigan, and we never heard from them again. So I think that there is like a flattening here, right? Like last year, Ole Miss had one of their more expensive teams, and they lost 3 games and couldn't make the college football playoff.
Well, last year, I know they had Jackson Dart. I mean, they couldn't make the college
and they spent all that money on defense,
by the way,
too.
they haven't won anything yet. Let's
That's
be
true.
realistic about this team. But can you buy a title?
Like Texas A&M, we talk about all the time.
Yeah, but
Jimbo Fisher had all that money, could not do anything. And
But they're
now,
a pretty expensive team now, too.
Of course, but what have they won yet? Like,
But if they win this year, then I don't know, like, did they buy that title? I do think money makes a big difference.
obviously, it makes a big difference. We're asking, can it win the title?
I think it can.
Well, then Lane Kiffin should definitely go to the place who has the deepest pockets.
Yeah.
And then you can't win at Ole Miss. And I guess that's the answer. I don't know if it's that simple. 888-710-4ISN, 888-710-4476. It's the Maggie Perloff Show.
You're in a 5-minute break. Four minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Four minutes remaining. Three minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Three minutes remaining. Two minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Two minutes remaining. 1 minute, 30 seconds remaining. One minute remaining. Forty-five seconds remaining. Thirty seconds remaining. Fifteen seconds. Break ends in 5 seconds.
Maggie and Perloff on the Infinity Sports Network.
He kicks. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Hoffman punches out Hernandez. The Blue Jays, in dominant fashion, win 6-1 in Game 5, and they'll come home with a 3-2 lead in the World Series.
Thank you to the Blue Jays radio. It was pretty stunning how dominant Toronto was last night. The final score was 6-1, but it was starting pitching, Pearl. It was bullpen, and it was what the Blue Jays did at the dish. And you had a lot of heads hanging from the LA Dodgers. We're talking MVPs, World Series champions, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, who looked absolutely distraught after this game. And now they find themselves one loss away from going home empty-handed.
I mean, they lost at home. And after the 18-inning game, I think they probably told themselves, oh, we got this one. That was our biggest test, and we got through it. But that's the thing about this Blue Jays team. We thought they were dead against the Mariners, and they do not go away. You don't really understand who these guys are or what they're doing. I think the Dodgers are just as surprised as everybody else that they're losing to this team.
I can't believe we're losing to these guys.
Yeah, I mean, look at that guy's mustache. Look at the shape of the catcher's body. Like, look, who is this? This pitcher just started a month ago. They're probably like, what is happening here? I'm Mookie Betts. I'm Freddie Freeman. I'm not supposed to lose to a rookie who was in single A ball to start the season.
And that's exactly who Trey Yesavage on the mound last night. 12 strikeouts, most ever by a rookie over 7 innings, no walks. He had 1 earned run, just gave up 1 solo home run. 11 of his 12 strikeouts were swinging. He just had this awesome stuff. He's got these 2 pitches, well, 3. He's got a lot of pitches. But the splitter, which was not working in Game 1, so he barely threw it. So the Dodgers really didn't even get to see his best pitch. He's got a slider, fastball, whatever. And then last night, the splitter was working really well. So it was almost like the Dodgers were not just facing a rookie, but not even someone who they could, take anything away from Game 1. Yeah. It was like a brand new dude. And this guy is a legend in the making. He's a graduate of East Carolina University. He's a draft pick out of East Carolina University. Yeah. And was basically, according to Sports Illustrated, living out of his Toyota Tacoma. Now, we looked up his signing bonus. Cool $4 million. We think he could probably afford a condo. But he just got called up in September, so he just doesn't have anywhere to live, and it obviously makes the story a lot sweeter too.
Well, by the way,
Trey Yesavage and his parents in the stands watching him put together another epic postseason performance.
I mean, I have to dive into this a little bit. Is he sleeping in the car, or he just doesn't have a home and he's staying in a hotel and the bags are in the car?
Okay, so it said it looks like he's sleeping in the car. I'll find the quote for you. Stephanie Apstein wrote about it at Sports Illustrated.
Pretty tall.
I thought I heard on the Fox broadcast that he's living out of a hotel right now in Toronto.
Yeah, he is, but apparently also the car.
But I think it's
are your cars not like this? My car's got half my life in it.
His stuff is in the car. I think he's sleeping on a bed. I would imagine.
I hope so. Dude, they have a hotel in the stadium. Have him sleep there.
Oh, right. I forgot about
That's
that.
a great idea.
Yeah.
In fact, that'd be the dream.
Hotel's nicer than most hotels probably in Toronto.
That's an awesome commute. You try driving around the
Oh, my
Gardner
God.
in rush traffic.
Yeah, and especially if there's still traffic getting out of the stadium, I would love to live in the Blue Jays hotel.
You
That's
guys
like
have
Baker
weird,
Mayfield's dream, living at the stadium.
You get Marriott points as well.
along with signing bonus and all the Marriott
Yeah.
points you can hope for. Meanwhile, we're having some fun. If you're the Dodgers right now, you have to be just sick to your stomach because you did win that 18-inning marathon. You did have the upper hand in those World Series with a home game the very next day with Shohei Ohtani on the mound.
Yep.
And I thought Ohtani pitched definitely well enough for you to win. But the Dodgers offense has completely disappeared. So you're either crediting the Blue Jays pitching for that or the Dodgers are pressing. They've completely lost their way.
Well, here's completely lost their way, but it's postseason baseball turns on a dime. A couple things. They have Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who's going to win the Cy Young coming tonight. If he's on his stuff, he's unhittable. He's absolutely ridiculous. And I think there are a couple Dodgers. You mentioned bad body language. I don't think Teoscar Hernandez feels anything from game to game. He feels completely clueless. I think he's got a big hit in him. We talked about Kiki Hernandez, does not care. He will hit a postseason homer off anyone. And Shohei's been hot and cold all postseason. He's had no rhyme or reason at the plate. Like it's super cold right now, but he can get hot in second. I don't think the series is over, especially with Yamamoto on the mound.
It's not over, but
I mean,
see, here's the thing. Sometimes I think when a team has to play at home in a closeout game, I think the pressure comes from the home fans, right?
Yeah,
like not wanting to disappoint them and stuff like
yeah.
that. I don't think the Blue Jays are feeling this way. And we asked this question and we put the poll up on X. Would this be one of the great upsets if the Toronto Blue Jays beat the Dodgers? And I've been saying yes, and the crowd is against me. And I realize that. You guys do not think this would be a big upset because Toronto has a pretty nice payroll and there's some stars on the team. But I ask you this. Does it feel like going to Toronto is going to put the pressure on the Blue Jays, or does it feel like this is one big freaking party and everybody is so happy to be here that it's going to be a boost and not a burden?
I don't know. I really don't know. I think that home field is so weird. Like when I was a kid, home field was all that mattered. Now it just seems teams react differently and funny. I mean, I never would have thought Toronto would win those two games in LA. So I can't predict it.
Man, I think I made a really big mistake on something.
What's that?
And I got to own it.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
The way you pronounce you savage?
Have I been pronouncing it wrong?
Well, yeah, because you've been saying.
You frickin' savage.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's not a mistake. That's just
I got to keep my finger on the dump
That's
button.
just a bad habit that you can't stop saying.
I said that he's been living out of a Toyota Tacoma.
Oh, it's not a Tacoma, is it?
It's a Toyota Tundra.
Of course. I mean, but also.
I'm not a car girl.
Same.
Anyway, so
And-
he's basically, they say he's kind of been, okay, this is the quote. He,
Wait, that's a pickup truck. How do you live out of a pickup truck?
You could put a
The bed
cover over the stuff.
In Toronto?
Cover the bed.
okay,
What,
so
too cold or just get stolen?
It's cold outside right now.
Trey
Toronto's a little bit
Savage
more north.
drives and essentially lives out of his Toyota Tundra. Basically, in parentheses, says, Maggie, you idiot.
Mm-hmm.
It's unconventional because his rapid ascent through the minor leagues to the World Series has just been so fast. He's gotten promoted so quickly through 4 different minor league levels and then to the pros. He never had time to find permanent housing and consolidate his belongings. So as a result, his personal items have remained packed in the Toyota Tundra, where he and a brother have driven between his various stops from Dunedin to Vancouver to Toronto.
Okay. You didn't go to New Hampshire and Buffalo before that? Because that's the
This is
AA,
AI
AAA team.
overview.
You see, there we go, Max.
They always lie.
Ay.
Darn it. What else can go wrong?
Might as well read Urban Dictionary or something.
I feel like you're getting a little caught up in the car brand. If anyone, you keep
I'm trying
saying
to be
Tundra. Yeah, I know you're being very careful and precise here. I think the point is the dude went out at 12 strikeouts. I don't think the brand of car is the headline today, but I get it.
Could be a Dodge Ram for all we care. A guy just punched out 12 in the World Series.
How about this? 3rd road start of his career in the majors.
Oh, God.
And he just shut down the Dodgers in front of 57,000 people, including Jason Bateman.
Baby, legit Dodgers fan. Here's I'll be honest. I wanted to go game 7 because
Toyota Tundra.
I want to see Shohei pitch again. I want to see this guy pitch again. I want to see Blake Snell pitch again. I want to see the whole kitchen sink in Game 7.
You want a 13-game series, don't you?
I want, and Maggie, this is your fantasy. I want a bases loaded, 2 outs, top of the ninth, or actually in extra innings, Shohei against Vlad. How awesome would that be?
With Vladdy pitching, that would be awesome.
No, you're bottom of the
How
ninth.
deep in the ball? If it goes 18 innings again, that might be the case.
888-710-4ISN. Would you consider this a great upset if Toronto does beat LA? We know there's more games to be played, obviously. Friday back in Toronto for Game 6. And then are the Blue Jays taking this World Series, or are the Dodgers blowing it? You can vote on that poll as well, 888-710-4ISN. We got onto a topic here about college football coaching yesterday, Pro, because Lane Kiffin is kind of sitting in the catbird seat, or so we would think, about these big openings, Florida, LSU, maybe even Penn State, who knows. But Nick Saban kind of cautioned Lane Kiffin in an article recently in On3, basically said you can win as much at Ole Miss as you can at LSU, and kind of seemed to be publicly discouraging Lane from taking that job. Some people are saying that Saban is actually doing this so he will get the LSU job. Now, I find that a little silly, but Big Dave is in Kentucky who wants to weigh in. Dave, how you been?
What's up, guys?
What's up?
McLovin, you did it again, man. I'm calling you out on this. I can't let you buy with this crap. You made the comment a while ago, just this broad brush, mundane comment that, well, Nick Saban's one of these old coaches that don't want to see players get paid. That's not true. That's not the issue that they have. The issue that they have is not them getting paid. It's their ability to come in and get their bag of cash, stay a year. If something don't go right, they hop to another program. It creates such instability. It's not the issue of getting paid that they've got the problem with. And you do this crap all the time when it comes to topics like this.
But Big Dave, the transfer portal and getting paid are part of the same thing. You can't get paid if you're fourth string on Alabama. You have to go in the transfer portal to get the NIL contract. It's like free agency in the NFL. The old system, the guys did not get paid in the Nick Saban world.
It's not the ability to transfer, the transfer portal that most coaches have the problem with.
But you can't coach them hard.
There are absolutely no bumpers on it. There's no guardrails. I mean, they could just hop and hop and hop.
You know who else could do that, Dave? Coaches could do that. Yeah, you know where Lane Kiffin is hopping? So the coaches could do it and the players can't do it? What kind of system is that?
How many coaches do you know that transfer 3 times in 4 years?
Well, let's see. Willie Taggart.
There are literally Division I college athletes playing major sports right now. They're 27 years old.
Dave, they have a 4-year window to make money. The coaches have 40 years.
Yeah, that's ignorant. And back to the
Dave, you're on one this morning.
My LA Dodgers, as much as I love them, I'm a lifelong Dodger fan. They had lapses like this during the regular season. It wasn't like last year when they just blew everybody. But Toronto's a great team. Toronto's been a more consistent team all year. I hope my Dodgers come through, but I'm afraid it's over.
Hey, Dave, I got a random question for you. Maggie was talking about coaching vacancies, and you mentioned Mark Stoops might be out of Kentucky, and I hadn't really thought about that one. I don't know how closely you're following the Wildcat football. Is Stoops in trouble?
Oh, yes, he's done.
He's done? Okay.
Rumor has it if they get embarrassed by Auburn on the road this weekend, that they may cut. He may get the axe now before the season's over with, and the defensive coordinator be the acting coach. But yes, unless this is going to be 3-4 win or less seasons in a row, and in all likelihood they have no chance of winning an SEC game. He is done.
Man, Dave, I know. We were talking about it. Dave, good to hear from you. Calling out Perloff left, right, and center. 4 losses in a row for Kentucky. What's funny about this game, so they're at Auburn. It's possible both of these coaches could get fired. If they tie, it's curtains. No, it doesn't happen in college, but it's
Loser
just
leaves town match.
It's so funny.
Or they switch locker rooms
because
at half.
They want the fan base obviously is very, very sick of the losing with Mark Stoops, and then for Auburn, Hugh Freeze is not really done, I think, what people expected. So both of these coaches are feeling the heat.
It's funny with Kentucky football, that's another expectation thing. I wonder if Indiana football being top 5, it's like, hey, basketball schools can win in football, because for years Kentucky football was totally irrelevant. And now I don't know what they expect the next coach to do. I mean, that is a program with a cap.
I mean, had Texas on the ropes.
Yeah, no, I mean, they've
Should've
had
won that
moments.
game.
They've definitely had moments, but you don't go to Kentucky to win a national title in football.
Well, not yet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if in
They're
the new
one
world,
higher away.
In the new world, maybe they are.
Charlie's in Vancouver, Washington. Charlie, you want to weigh in on the Maggie and Perloff King of the Mountain? Whoa, I got to turn you down there. I think Charlie wants to weigh in on Maggie Perloff King of the Mountain, which right now pits the 84 49ers against the 85 Chicago Bears. Who is the greatest team of all time?
I mean,
it's the question on the tip of everyone's tongue this morning.
I voted 84 49ers 5 weeks in a row. I'm definitely voting 85 Bears.
Can I go back to Charlie? Charlie, how you doing, sir?
Good. Are we there?
You sound crystal clear. What do you got?
Okay, cool. Hey, first of all, I warned you guys yesterday. The series is over. The Toronto does not die. They just will not die. And there's no such thing as home field advantage in baseball because teams get nervous when they're at home. Like you said, Mags, it almost can be a negative. Football, all that emotion that you get from the crowd definitely helps. Basketball, it helps with the referees. But baseball, it doesn't help. It's just 50-50 like hockey. But let's move on to the more important thing. I think that 90% of the people that must be voting for the 84 Niners did not see the 85 Bears because the 85 Bears were obviously better than the 84 Niners, or the Niners would have went to the Super Bowl the next year. It wasn't even close. The Bears had the most dominant season. They weren't a dynasty. I'm not like the Niners, but they had the most dominant defense I've ever seen in NFL history. You could not score against that team if they didn't want you to on that day. They were incredible.
Yeah, Charlie, what did you think of their offense, though? I'm agreeing
you
with
can
you.
win 7-3. I knew you'd ask that, Pearl. That's like you don't care about defense in basketball or anything else. No, I'm just kidding, bro. But no, their offense was not great. But when you can force 3 and out every single time, eventually you win.
You see, I think their offense. I disagree with that. I think their offense could have been great. They had Walter Payton, who was still at the tail end of his peak. That was the 80s. That's the 80s. If you have a Walter Payton and you have a Willie Gault wide receiver, and you have a Jim McMahon, I think their offense was good. You just didn't notice it because the defense was so awesome.
I think they're good, but I think Dick had kind of held them back offensively. I mean, look at what he did to Peyton in the Super Bowl. Wouldn't let him put the ball in the end zone because, there were some trippy things about that team. I mean, a little bit of head case with the defense, getting along with the offense coaches, things like that. A little bit of coaching power frame going on there. Wasn't good for the game, but that's okay. That Bears defense, unbelievable. The team would not be beat by, I can't think of a football team that could beat them because offense never beats defense. Hey, and let me ask you guys.
Yeah.
I think my Blazers are good. You guys can bet on them this year. Sorry, Country, had to get that in.
Well done, Charlie. Take a bow.
We're not.
Appreciate
They
that.
were incredible.
We're not touching that last line. We haven't really broken down the key thing here, Mag. It's the 80s. Who had the better theme song?
Put that poll up.
I mean, Super Bowl Shuffle might be the most famous team-oriented song of all time.
Yeah, Pearl. Yeah, Pearl. Feel it?
We are the Bears, shuffling crew, shuffling on down, doing it for you. We're so bad, we know we're good, blowing your mind like we knew we would. We're just strutting for fun.
This counted as music in 1985. Can you believe that? All right, let's play the 49ers. A bunch of synthesizers. Kind of sound the same.
Yeah. Same writer.
We're just popping out hits here.
That was the 80s version of AI songs.
Yeah, they were in a studio. Like, instruments? No. Someone created the synthesizer and was just like, sit back and watch the money roll in.
Which current sports team is most likely to come up with a song? Because I think I have the answer.
What do you got?
A great sports team.
Ooh.
The Oklahoma City Thunder.
Oh, yeah.
They do little interviews together. You see those Jalen Jalen and Shea commercials.
Yep.
If they win a championship this year, they will
Where
have
they
a song.
actually sing.
They singing that. Yeah, they singing that. What a pro wants.
Oh, PJ, please. We finally got rid of that commercial in our life. Don't bring it back. How about
that's
this?
coming.
Before his bone goes sticking out of his body, how about a Jackson Dart, Cam Scattaboo?
Come on, bro.
The two of them. They'll be
gross.
back. But, those two guys I could see doing some kind of music,
I
something.
can see that too.
I mean, listen, who's the dominant team in the NFL who has a very clear music tie-in? I mean,
Oh, Travis Kelce and Taylor?
can
A
Taylor
collab?
produce a song with?
Boo.
I don't know who else is going to be in that side. Like Patrick Mahomes' wife will be in it for sure. She'll get in there.
Yeah, who else is musical on that team?
It'll be Brittany Mahomes, Travis, Noah Gray.
Jackson you could do some background dancing.
Yeah.
Jackson Mahomes.
What about Patrick?
Yeah. You know, Noah Gray actually came up. He was originally a music person. He played the French horn to get into college.
I thought you were going to say Chris Jones, a
In
classical
college?
piano.
Yeah. Noah
Yeah.
Gray he's like partially a classical trained musician.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
Sorry.
Actually, I was about to say,
Idiot.
I am so dumb. I feel bad. I do not know where Noah Gray went to college. I picked the wrong player. Does anyone know off the top of their head?
I mean, he's a tight end, so he either went to Iowa or
This is
Iowa or
unpredictable.
Iowa.
Iowa, Stanford, Miami.
He was a saxophone major at Duke. No, he actually has nothing to do with music. That was a made up thing. He went to Duke. Had no idea. But we can't. You're right.
We knew
stuck.
we hated that guy.
I don't know who else on the Chiefs. Juju. He would be in the band.
Oh, he would be
the Chiefs.
dancing.
He's a dancer, though.
Yeah, it's the Chiefs. They are the closest to the Super Bowl shuffle vibe.
If Taylor and Travis ever make a song together, I'm quitting the business.
When they make a song together.
Well, if Russell Wilson was still the quarterback of the Giants, maybe he could have had him, Scattaboo, and Jackson Dart.
Did anybody see?
Ciara?
Well,
Yeah, Ciara.
we buried the lead. Anyone see Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston dancing at Russell's birthday party on social media?
Yeah,
I did see that.
Yeah.
And then Russell's declaring that his best friend for life is Jameis Winston. This is an amazing
You
story.
know, have you ever been around somebody? I don't know if
Sweet
you guys
potato.
have this. You probably do. When a friend of yours is a really good dancer, you can't dance by them.
Oh, you got to stay
No.
away.
You gotta
you
stay the
can't.
heck away.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
It's
a
like
fact.
it's like stay like those things on a fire truck. Like stay back 500 feet. Like don't even get on the dance floor if your friend's really good. Imagine Sierra.
And what's
Well-
worse is that they also will go dance towards you to bring you into the dance. It's like, no, get away from me, guy.
Yeah, like
I'm not getting in your weird circle just so that you can smoke me.
Right, exactly.
the best video ever of Russell Wilson and Ciara. They were doing a TikTok video. They pull over on the side of the road, and Ciara's dancing. And Russell starts dancing, standing up. He slowly backs up, and then he sits down on a rock. I don't know if you've ever seen this.
I
Like,
have.
I know
he's like
exactly what video
he's
you're
like
talking
trying to hold up. Then he just sits down. He's like,
Pretty sure every man with blood coursing through his veins right now is familiar with the video.
Well, I mean, Russell does ruin it to some extent. It's
Well,
not the
he-
best Ciara
No,
video.
he enhances it. It was hilarious.
He gets the heck out of there.
He's funny.
barely in the frame by the end of it.
I'm a fan of Russell Wilson's family situation. I always have been. It just seems like he does these goofy videos, and I'm all for it.
He's got one.
That's my QB too.
2 or 3 now? Is he?
He's still technically the second, yeah.
Oh man, that one play where they came out the other day and Brian Dable sprinted to the concussion tent to get Jackson Dart back on the field.
That's understandable. Have you seen Russell Wilson try to throw a football in the last 3 years?
Brian Dable got fined for that.
I know.
I think they got him for $50K.
Yeah, they find him, they find Scattaboo, and they find the team.
Yeah, that was a serious issue. You're not supposed to interfere with the independent concussion
Russell
tester.
Wilson underthrew that guy by 10 yards.
I know.
He stinks.
In that play, and then
He
that's
is
when
so
Dayball
low.
ran to that tent. It was
Also,
crazy.
Brian Dayball would back over your grandmother right now to get a first down. That dude is desperate
Yeah, he
for
put
anything
he put Cam Scattaboo out there right now if he could.
in a wheelchair. This dude is looking for answers. 888-710-4ISN. Or else one of those college openings that we've been talking about, Arkansas, UCLA, might have Brian Dayball's name on it. Anywho, we've
Great.
got a lot to do, including how did Ed Orgeron find himself back in the middle of this LSU firestorm? We'll tell you next.
You got $17.1 million on your contract. We're going to give it to you. I said, what time you want me to leave and what door you want me out of, brother?
You're in a 5-minute break. 4 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Four minutes remaining. Three minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Three minutes remaining. Two minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Two minutes remaining. One minute, 30 seconds remaining. One minute remaining. .45 seconds remaining. .30 seconds remaining. .15 seconds. Break ends in 5 seconds.
I'm happy for Steve, and I told him I'm proud of him. I tell you what, he's always like a forgotten man. Ah, shut up. What about the black vehicle? Here, have a quarter and make a phone call. Get your mouth shut. Get your mouth shut, jerk. Dick you. See that? That's your IQ, buddy. 0.
It's Maggie and Perloff on the Infinity Sports Network.
Welcome back, Maggie Perloff Show. So maybe every week we've been doing King of the Mountain, trying to pick the greatest NFL team of all time, and we do it by a poll on X, and you can go vote now at Maggie and Pearl. Maybe we screwed up this poll. We have the 84 Niners, who've won 5 weeks in a row against the 85 Bears. Maybe it should be the 84 Niners and Mike Ditka is the other option.
Whole team.
Ditka
by 40. It's crazy when you have Mike Singletary, right, who may be one of the greatest characters of all time, and it's like he's second banana because that's how crazy
he
Mike
might be third. He was top 10 on that team.
McMahon?
Are you kidding me? He did Steve McMichael and Danimal Dan Hampton. Like, no.
Dude, Mike Singletary went on to coach and went into a locker room and pulled his pants down in front of the whole team. You're telling me he can't be 2 on the list?
That team, that was not a fact. He was good. He was not the character on that team. There were so many characters.
Man. So go vote 85 Bears, 84 49ers. EJ, you look like you want to say something.
No, Mike Singletary was the man. I mean, he's one of my all-time favorite coaches.
His eyes would dart on the field. Like, you would see his eyes would be like, I'm not running towards that guy.
He was already a 10-time Pro Bowler by the time 85 came around.
Was he really?
Yeah. He played 12 years, and 85, I think, was his 10th season.
Oh, my God. I had no idea he'd been around that long.
I like this kind of party.
We'll get to Andrew Bogut. Sorry, go ahead.
Buddy Ryan was the defensive coordinator. And if you know anything about Buddy Ryan's the person who put a $200,000 bounty on the opposing kicker and got away with it.
He and Ditka did not get along.
No.
Because Ditka tells it is that, Buddy Ryan wanted to be the head coach. And and Ditka wrote a letter to George Halas, and that's how he became the coach, and Buddy Ryan resented him for it.
Yeah, it happens.
So go vote. We'll see if finally the 84 Niners take a tumble here, but so far they're in the lead. Again, at Maggie and Pearl. We'll get back to the LSU situation in just a moment. The governor of Louisiana weighing in yesterday on the whole head coaching situation. So sure, everything's normal with LSU. Let's get to Bogusch.
Guys, Game 5 of the World Series did not go the Dodgers' way immediately.
Snell into the line. Here's the first pitch of Game 5 of the World Series, and it's hit high, left field and deep. Call back at the track, leaps at the wall, and that ball is gone! A first pitch homer for David Schneider, and the Blue Jays take the lead in the first.
Pitch 1 and pitch 3 from Blake Snell hit out of the yard with Vlad Guerrero Jr. going back-to-back with David Schneider. And those two swings ended up being enough placata for the Jays in L.A. Rookie righty Trey Savage K-12 without a walk over 7. 2 relievers closed out the 6-1 win. Savage with the most strikeouts ever by a rookie in a World Series game. He's also the first rookie with 2 playoff games of 11-plus strikeouts. And last night was the first 12 strikeout, 0 walk World Series performance since El Duque against an unnamed team back in 2000.
Oh, come on, baby.
By the way, did you guys see who he beat? It was Don Newcomb, but there was also a guy from like a Lefty McNeil or something from 1912, like the rookie. Did anybody
I didn't see
catch
that name.
Oh, they were making fun of it on the broadcast. That's so funny about this. It is so unusual. There's 200 years of baseball, and he is the only guy to do this. It's insane. It's totally insane. Sorry.
Go on. His first ever road playoff start, and he only had 3 regular season starts before all of this.
3 starts on the road, period.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And he lives
actually,
out of
John, I think someone had the line, I forgot who it was, and they said one of those starts was in Kansas City, so really just 2. I was like, oh, ouch.
Jeez.
Sheesh.
And Maggie, where does he live?
In his Toyota Tundra.
Yeah.
I thought he lived in a hotel.
He does, but apparently the Tundra's got all of his
Taking
belongings.
a beating.
in.
Yeah.
It's got all of his belongings. Tundra. I was calling it a Toyota Tacoma. It's a totally different model.
You're good. Point remains. No matter who's been on the mound, the Dodgers cannot hit. 3 hits last night, 4 runs over the last 29 at-bats. Manager Dave Roberts changed his lineup last night, but it didn't work.
I just think we just got to come in fresh, and we've been, again, like I said, we've been in elimination games, a core group of these guys, and, we got to find a way to win a game. That's it.
It sounds like a good idea. His lineup will face Kevin Gossman tomorrow night in Toronto. The Jays now 1 win away from their first title since 1993. It is a trade basically made in this studio. Pearl's Eagles sending wideout John Mechie to EJ's Jets yesterday for corner Michael Carter II.
Thanks, Pearl.
Our beloved Atlanta Hawks.
Poor John Mechie.
Yeah, I mean,
somebody got
guy came back from cancer. Yeah,
I mean, tough spot though. You're with the reigning Super Bowl champs, and you get traded to the Jets.
I guess at least he'll play.
Oh, yay.
I'm sure that's going to be dynamite for him.
I mean, I'd rather get some tape out there than nothing.
Justin Fields is your quarterback.
Listen, Justin Fields had a good game last week.
Are they playing the Bengals again?
Coming off a win.
Get the Bengals next week, and the week after that, and the week after that.
Our beloved Atlanta Hawks got a 117-112 win in Brooklyn last night, but not without a scare. Trae Young had a teammate fall into his right leg in the first quarter. He did not play again, but the post-game update from Quinn Snyder, not that bad.
I think the most important thing is not his ACL. And he's going to get an MRI tonight or tomorrow, and make a determination from there.
As everyone expected, BTW, the Nets are 0-5. This is their worst start since 2015.
By the way, they're still charging people at least, I think, $44 to get in the building. Those tickets should be free. Come on now. Even $44 is too much.
But that's where you go see the opponent, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's sadly been the Nets' legacy more often than not. It's like, hey, Michael Jordan in town, Kobe Bryant's in town. Hey, you want to go be able to see Shaq for $12 because he's coming to town?
The only time I saw Michael Jordan play was a Nets game in New Jersey.
I wouldn't mind seeing LeBron on the way out if I don't know when he's coming to
You
Brooklyn.
and I did go to a Nets game when they were playing the Lakers to see LeBron.
And that was super fun.
Probably also super cheap.
No, it was not.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, were the Nets halfway decent at that
No,
time?
it doesn't matter.
Kevin Durant?
People will pay up to see LeBron.
And the Warriors,
they'll
too.
hike those prices.
Yeah.
I mean, to watch LeBron at the Garden, it's like $300. I have to sell a kidney.
I mean, it's $100 to sit in the 100 section. Come on,
That's
man.
Manny, is that what you're pricing your kidney at these days? $300?
Yes. What, am I undervaluing it?
We need to get you an agent.
Or
please
get on eBay. I think you could do better.
Speaking of LeBron and the Lakers, he remains out. Luka didn't play last night again, and they won again, courtesy of Austin Reeves. 28 points, 16 assists total, plus the 12-foot winner at the Horn, a 116-115 W in Minnesota. This game also featured Jake LaRavia hitting 10 of 11 shots to score 27 for the Lakers. At one point during this game, with players quiet at the free throw line, cameras picked up a fan yelling in anger, "Who the hell is number 12?" And then somehow we cut right to Anthony Edwards. He's out for the T. Was on the bench. And he's yelling back, "I know, right?" out of frustration because LaRavia is lighting them up.
Well,
first round pick.
Sure.
Not as high as Anthony Edwards, though.
No, I'm just saying. First round pick. I mean, this is his third team. But
First
still.
round pick and not in the scouting report.
Remember he was supposed to be a king and then he was just Shams screwed that up? Or was it your boy Chris Haynes?
He was in
Probably
a weird
Chris Haynes.
report. I do remember that.
I think maybe it was Chris Haynes. I think Chris Haynes messed it up. Chris Haynes put up a post with Jake LaRavia in a Kings jersey. Kings was spelled wrong because it was AI, and I guess his AI wasn't good. And then he ended up not going to the Kings. Shams, 5 minutes later, is actually Jake LaRavia is a Laker. So Mandy's favorite NBA insider not having a good day that day.
He's been quiet through a week and a half, though, no?
Who?
Chris B. Haynes?
He had a good tweet yesterday. He was the one that broke the news to me that Trae Young is getting an MRI soon. So good job, Chris.
All right.
Speaking of Sacramento, did you guys see the thing I sent? I actually sent to Perloff and EJ. It was so late last night. This is a great. It was so late. This is a great audio. I'll just tell the story though. So Jason Williams. White Chocolate.
Yeah.
Is on Patrick Beverley's podcast, and they were talking about gambling, all right? Like playing poker games on team planes. And they're talking about when guys lose $35,000 or they lose these crazy amounts, do you actually make them pay up?
Yeah.
Do you actually pay your debts in the NBA was kind of the question about these poker games on the plane. And Jason Williams says, well, sometimes, if you say you lose $35,000, the guy will say, hey, give me 20 the next time I see you. We'll call it even, right?
Okay.
Stuff like that. He goes, or sometimes you can do things to work off the debt.
What does that mean, Maggie?
Jason Williams tells a story about taking the team plane, a flight from Denver to Sacramento. So they're going back home to play for when he was playing for the Kings. It's a 2.5 hour flight.
Okay.
Guy owed somebody $17,000
Yeah.
that he lost in poker. And so he said, all right, defensive slides. You got to start at one side of the plane all the way up to the cockpit and back for the entire flight, and they would forgive the debt. So this dude, who he didn't say who it was, had to do defensive slides past the players on the plane, then the coaches on the plane, then the media's in the front, just up and back for 2.5 hours. And he goes, he cried, and then he got to doing them slides.
That's awesome.
Isn't that hilarious?
I mean, that story was headed in a weird direction, and you brought it back.
Yeah, very much so.
Manny was like, had his finger on the dumb button.
Yeah.
What did you think I was going to say?
It was a fire festival situation with that guy who had to get the water, had to get the bottle of water. Like, what's going on in that locker room?
And he would have. What was that the line for the fire?
He would have. Yeah, he would have.
And he would have.
Can you imagine having enough money where you're
That's
like,
what I was
don't
just
give me
thinking.
$17,000. Just do some exercises.
Just humiliate yourself in front of me for 2.5 hours. That will bring me more pleasure.
Yeah. I have 17,000 means nothing to me. Do 40 push-ups. Life in the NBA.
Only thing I've been thinking about.
Yeah.
Having
2.5
that much money
hours.
to go, I'm good. I don't need your 30 grand. Just be a doofus.
I would be like, get the guy who lost that. I'm like, I'll do the slides for 17,000. I'll do it right now. By the way, if anyone wants to give me, I'll do it for
Pants optional.
1750.
If only he was earning it, he's forgiving it.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, the 12th man should have come in. I'll tell you what, I'll do your slides. You give me 13,000 and just negotiate it down.
Guys, last thing from me. A few rungs below Brian Kelly and James Franklin is Kent State making Mark Carney its permanent football coach this morning. He's had the interim tag since April. He was my classmate and our quarterback at Fordham, so very cool to see him getting a top job like
Look
this.
at that.
That's fantastic.
The Ramley.
They had
Ramley spreading its wings.
Play of the year. Kent State. They had this guy I know because his name is DeRealist Clark.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, like Kent State had the most dramatic win of the year, so they've been in the news a little bit.
Yeah, they've also taken a few beatings to get paychecks at the start of their year as well.
Okay, and
Yeah,
Antonio
shocker.
Gates has had better years,
There's
to be
that.
honest.
Good heavens.
But he never played football there, did he?
I guess not, no.
I think he's played basketball.
For someone who just got publicly fingered in a gambling scandal to say they've had better years, haven't they?
Well, he
Might
also
be an understatement.
He's had worse years.
Yes.
You did get busted for PEDs. It's one thing to do an illegal poker game, but that doesn't mean
It's another thing to do drugs.
What's left on the bingo card for Gates? He did get in the Hall of Fame this year, so yin and yang.
Yes, he did.
That was, that was
you're right.
Pablo Torre,
So I
I
guess it
think, who
was a
said
good
he was used as one of those face cards, the celebrities that brought these unknowing patsies into these poker games.
Think Chauncey Billups is having a good year too?
By the way, the Blazers are 3-1 since the arrest, so
No
bet accordingly.
way.
Yep.
No.
Bet accordingly. Good Lord.
Maybe all that losing wasn't the players.
Do you know, as a senior, Antonio Gates averaged over 20 points a game in basketball?
Oof.
Oh, he was awesome.
He was awesome.
Who else was shooting the ball?
That Kent State.
I mean, he's a football player.
Yeah, no, he's a football player. I would, if he invited me to a poker game, I got to be honest, tempted.
I don't have any money, but I can do some defensive slides around the table. Pay off my debts. Why didn't the mob think of that? Jason Williams did. 888-710-4ISN. Folks, thanks. Great job all morning.
Season?
All year. Now do some slides, and Maggie and I will pull together our money, see what we can get here.
Bogus All NBA first team.
I assume you're the new voice of Kent State football, so I don't know how much longer we have.
See you guys later.
Bogus
right.
hitting all the incentives.
Yeah, if it's a blowout, third quarter, he's telling Antonio Gates stories.
No, can't mention Antonio Gates.
Yeah, I would just make sure you get that buyout. Ed Orgeron, how is he playing into the latest LSU coaching search? Glad you asked. Tell you next.
You're in a 5-minute break. Four minutes, 30 seconds remaining. 4 minutes remaining. Three minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Three minutes remaining. Two minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Two minutes remaining. One minute, 30 seconds remaining. One minute remaining. $45 seconds remaining. $30 seconds remaining. $15 seconds. Break ends in 5 seconds.
Welcome back, Maggie Perloff Show. So the governor of Louisiana at a press conference yesterday started talking about the LSU coaching vacancy, Pearl, and he's been very much involved, not just in the firing of Brian Kelly, but it looks like now he is going to maybe not have a say over, like, is it Lane Kiffin versus Eli Drinkwitz, but he certainly wants a say, I think, and he wants to create a committee from the board of supervisors that is going to be maybe a little more level-headed about what the contract looks like. So here's Governor Jeff Landry. Manny, can I hear cut 18, please? was asked if LSU athletic director Scott Woodward is going to hire the Tigers' next head coach.
No. I can tell you right now, Scott Woodward is not selecting the next coach. Hell, I'll let Donald Trump select it before I let him do it. I don't know, but the Board of Supervisors is going to come up with a committee, and they're going to go find us a coach.
Just what we all need in our lives, more committees, more emails, more meetings. Meanwhile, here's more from the governor. Said Scott Woodward, the AD, the athletic director at LSU, has a history of making bad hires.
We are not going down a failed path. And I wanted to tell you something. This is a pattern. The guy that's here now that wrote that contract cost Texas A&M $70-something million. Right now, we got a $53 million liability. We are not doing that again.
Okay, well, don't get the facts. Let the facts get in the way of a good story. It's not actually true. Scott Woodward did hire Jimbo Fisher. He gave him a contract of 10 years and $75 million, but then he left to come to LSU. It was Russ Bjork who gave Jimbo Fisher the $95 million extension that made that buyout so expensive. But obviously the governor's trying to make his point here, which is they don't want to be throwing money away to a fired coach the next time around.
Yeah, I mean, a couple things here. One, the whole press conference was kind of funny, but there is actually an underlying serious issue about, is there going to be more sanity about coaching hires?
No.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, you have it's rare to have three high-profile schools like Florida, Penn State, and LSU. Everyone sees the buyout. They're like, this is insane. You got to put that money towards players in the modern world. But I think you're going to see more of those because you need to get Lane Kiffin, and it's a market situation where he's going to be incredibly expensive. So I understand Jeff Landry's overall point. Like, we need some sanity here on the way these contracts work.
Yeah, but I don't think this is the way to do it, right? Like,
how so?
Well, he's a politician, so he has to do everything kind of publicly and of like, red meat to the supporters. But if I'm a coach, I don't want the governor talking about my job. I don't want to be the guy who's now the subject of that the next time the governor wants to score some political point.
Well, it's funny, though. He said us. I hear a football fan in there, too. I feel like the thing about college football is it evokes emotion more than any other sport in North America, in America at least. These guys, they say crazy things all the time. And yeah, I understand this is not strengthen the LSU vacancy. I do think if Lane Kiffin, all things are equal, is like, yeah, I don't need the governor evaluating how my fourth down call was. But that being said, like, he's probably right. Like, let's figure this out. We should not be firing a guy 3.5 years into a contract, then paying him $50 million. That's not really what you want.
Well, this is the same school that fired Ed Orgeron less than 2 years after he won a national championship. And he was asked by ESPN on Wednesday if he wanted his old job back. And he said, quote, "I would love to. Are you kidding me? I'm one phone call away. I just got to get in my truck. I'll be there today." So Ed O throwing his hat in the ring, Pearl. Do you think it's a good idea for an LSU Ed Orgeron reunion?
Okay there, Maggie.
No, for us,
like he was
yes.
in the room.
No, I would not go Edo here. I'm sorry, like, that moment has passed. I would go totally different direction, but I would love to see it. If you're going to get a former coach, I would call Saban though. That Edo, I mean, we're not really talking about them hiring Ed Orgeron.
To everybody. I just don't see the Saban thing happening.
But
again.
you see the Ed Orgeron, is that, like, are we really seriously talking about that?
Well, he's 64, right, Edo, but it kind of cuts a little bit younger.
I kind of thought that was like a half serious connection. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe obviously the guy is the greatest recruiter of all time.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Like, even Ed Orgeron won that national championship before, like, the true NIL transfer portal, like, really kicked in. So who knows if he's really good at navigating this landscape, right? If I'm LSU, as much as I love Coach O, well, some people don't love Coach O there because they fired him, but he's a cult figure there, right? He's local and he will always be beloved, I'm sure, just like all the coaches who won national championships, even the ones who left in kind of disgrace like Les Miles. But, I think that I want someone who has navigated what's going on right now in college football. And that doesn't necessarily have to be Lane Kiffin, but I need somebody who understands what this grind is like. Because no disrespect to Ed Orgeron, but, like, I think of him now as a little bit of a man about town, And I'm not saying he didn't work hard. He definitely did. But it's now like this 24/7, 365-day a year kind of job. And I'm not saying that's right, but it's got to be someone who can do that every single day.
Is Lane Kiffin not a man about? I don't know. He used to be a man about
But he's
town.
navigated this world.
Yeah,
so
I don't
he's
know,
got
like-
results. I mean, listen, he hasn't won a national title. Let's not get nuts. But at least Lane is getting really good talent to Ole Miss.
I think you want to go younger and fresher, and obviously everyone knows the names. Being Lane Kiffin, and if you call Marcus Freeman, I doubt he would go down there. But you want something. You
if
want
they
a
just
jolt
had
of energy.
Brian Kelly, do you think they can go back to Notre Dame and go to Marcus Freeman?
If he would come in 3 seconds.
Wow.
I mean, are you kidding me? If they thought they could get Marcus Freeman, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. He would be there. It's not the Notre
Is
Dame
Lou
thing.
Holtz available?
Wow, I mean, Marcus Freeman is, the handsomest, hottest young coach.
I don't know what that gets you.
Yeah, I think all 3 programs call him, right? I don't even think there's a question. The question is, would he leave Notre Dame for anywhere except Ohio State? And the answer is no, I imagine.
It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy. Does Ron DeSantis wait?
No.
Scott
definitely.
Shapiro.
Ron DeSantis had many college football tweets lately.
He's hiring the next coach?
No, but I think he's more of a spread offense guy.
He wants to run a 3-4. Everyone knows that about DeSantis. Duh. EJ Stewart, thank you. Thank you, Manny Rodriguez. Thank you, Andrew Bogish, Andrew Kaplan, the Weedos, the Coffee Drinkers. You got NFL football on your TV tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.
Block up there.